let's get into some FeatherFall housekeeping stuff, and then I'm going to hand it over to PG. He's going to introduce what game we are playing tonight, because that is what is the special moment for this Monday. Anyway, we are FeatherFall Tabletop. You can catch us here on many nights, and we'll talk about those tomorrow night. You can catch The Gods We Know with Jen. Jen is this way on the Twitch channel. They are playing in The Gods We Know with a bunch of other people that you've seen before, I'm sure. They are three Tuesdays a month is The Gods We Know, which is D&D Homebrew, and one Tuesday a month is Impulse Drive. Is that did I get it right? That's it. And
that's the system. The game is the campaign is going to be called Remembrance.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes.
I mean, called Remembrance. So that's on Tuesdays, 6:30 Pacific time. You can catch
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Excuse me, Pacific time. You can catch our Dead and Thay playthrough from the Yawning Portal every Wednesday at 6:30 Pacific time. I am in that. We are slowly chipping away at the Doom Vault. Trying not to die. Every other Sunday, you can catch our Curse of Strahd playthrough. I am the DM of that game, and we are having a really fun time. We finally got out of the Death House. We are into Barovia, so who knows what's going to happen. Mondays, every other Monday is a one-shot, much like this one. The next one will be on the 23rd of this month, which is Crypts of Azurme, which is part of the Arcane Library. That is DM'd by me, and excited for that to happen. We have other one-shots always being posted in our Discord. So if you want to be in something like this on a Monday night and share a table with people in the community, check out our Discord down below and tell us you want to be in, and we'll find a game for you. They come fast and they fill up fast. I mean, it's sometimes it's tough to get into one, so you got to be at the ready. But let us know, and we'll get you in one. So, housekeeping. Oh, we have sponsors. Sorry, I was just talking about all the cool things that we're doing, but we also have sponsors. We're sponsored by Found Familiar Coffee, doing great stuff in the tabletop RPG community. They are commissioning artists all the time for their artwork on their bags of coffee, and they also have really good coffee. So check them out and use code FeatherFall at checkout for 10% off. We also have Skull Splitter Dice, FeatherFall at checkout for 10% off. They currently have a Kickstarter going. You just missed the early bird specials, but they have unlocked all their stretch goals. So when that thing cashes out, you have tons of options for brand new sparkly dice. So you can check them out down below. All those links are down below. I think that's it. Before I hand it to PG, anybody want to self-promote themselves?
You can come say hi to me on Twitter. I like Twitter people. I'm Quixote Jen on Twitter. QUIXOTEJEN 1N, not 2. Come say hi to me on Twitter. Yay!
I guess I'll promote as well.
Yeah.
You can catch me on Twitch every so often. Not as often as I like because I'm still studying, but I'm Draconix on Twitch, DRAKONIQUES, and the same on Twitter as well, so you can hit me up there whenever. I'm just looking forward to this. I'm a recent addict of TTRPGs, so I'm excited.
Sammy?
I'm new to the online gaming community here. I mainly just DM at home for a few of our game. Currently, we're doing Dungeon of Man Mage.
Nice.
Otherwise, online, if you are in the FFTT Discord, you can catch me there at Playful Bat.
Awesome. Thanks, Sammy. And I'm 2socks05, 2socks in our Discord. I'm here on FeatherFall Tabletop as much as possible. All right, PG, I think we're going to hand it over to you, and you're going to take us on a ride here.
Thank you so much. And first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity to be here with you fine people. A little bit more about me. I'm at Frontier Gaming 4 on Twitter, and I'm PG Harrington, and I'll be running a session of a game which I created with a few friends, for a few friends. And hopefully we'll have a lot of fun. The game's called Guns of Santa Torina, and it's a non-fantasy, pretty much very open and trying to think of the word. It's a non-restrictive experience, and that's what I hope to provide tonight. Thank you. So let's get started. The party finds themselves in the pretty well-developed town of Roxton, Santa Torina. The only party member who is actually from that town is the Dr. Turner, and he has noticed over the past few days that a number of people have started to drift into the town that he isn't exactly familiar with. He knows some of the troubles that the town has. He knows, as do all the rest of the party, that there are pretty much two major families that seem to control pretty much everything within the town of Roxton. One is the Fortescue family, and they control the lands to the northwest. And then to the southeast, you have Don Diego Legrand and his family and associates that are more into the industrialization of things. This much everybody is aware of, but the reasons for showing up will be far, far different. Whatever the reasons are, you've all been getting to know one another, and you notice as well that there are a large group of men who enter the saloon every now and then. They're marked out by their long brown dusters and their white-brimmed brown hats. They never really make eye contact with anybody. And you've noticed this pattern of behavior. And you are in Frank's saloon, all sat at one table. You know your own reasons for being there, but you decide it may be best to try and understand why everyone else is. So, if you would like to introduce your characters yourselves and try and gain some of that understanding.
Well, I guess I'll start introducing myself. I am Dr. Trenton Turner, and I am a local of Roxton. And I've been seeing a lot of these men coming in that I don't quite recognize. It's got me, the hair on my neck is kind of standing up. So I'm down here at Frank's Saloon trying to maybe pick up a little bit of information.
So I think you see me over in the corner sipping on a shot of whiskey, eyeballing the room. My name is Vic Owls. I come from the town just up the road. I am here keeping a sharp eye out for some individuals that I could possibly recruit for a job or a case that I'm considering taking.
I think not too far off. Probably sitting there. Probably have like a glass of whiskey in front of me, but I haven't touched it. Harlow Reed is my name. Dark-skinned. He seems very sun-beaten. He's probably quite young, but the sun has just aged him a lot. And he's just looking around, probably staring down at the people that keep the eerie-looking people that keep walking in. He's probably looking them down, trying to get glances at their faces to see if they're who he's looking for.
I'm Anna Boone. I'm probably the most forgettable looking person you've ever seen. Like, I just got the most plain face, most plain colored hair, most plain eyes. It would be hard for you to describe me after seeing me. Wearing a plain top, plain skirt. Only thing really notable about how I look is that I've got a red kerchief that I wear everywhere. And I probably came in with my buddy. And he might be looking all nervous, but I'm going to be cracking jokes every once in a while to him and laughing and just trying to keep the mood a little bit light. And the other thing that's really notable about me is I'm from Appalachia, and my accent usually gives me away. I sound like a hillbilly and I act like one. So I got my feet up on the table all crossed, and I don't care if people don't like.
I'm definitely giving Anna a little look. Like, you trying to attract attention to us, or?
Trying to attract attention. I'm not trying to attract no attention. I just I'm just comfortable this way. Are people looking at it?
I'd be surprised if there wasn't.
So the barman, who is called Frank Malone, he's his name that is used to have named the saloon, and he approaches the table where Anna has her feet up, and he just leans over and says, "I wouldn't be looking too comfortable over here if I were you. Some bad people in town."
What do we know about these bad people?
Well, see them fellas over there? About 4 of them. Notice them by the way they dress. Those long jackets, they conceal a lot of tricks.
And by tricks, you mean the kind of tricks that leave you dead?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Almost.
I got you. All righty. Well, thank you for the tip. I'm going to keep my eye on them, too. I don't know. Harler, do we want to stay here?
Yeah, I want to see how dangerous they can be. They might be, they might be who I'm looking for, or know who I'm looking for.
Well, I don't got no problem with that. They don't seem to have a problem with me, so I'll keep an eye on them. Thank you. Thank you kindly for the head.
Thank you kindly. And take my advice, make some friends.
I think it's at that point that I finally pick up on Harlow and slowly make my way over to his table and ask Harlow, do you mind if I take a seat with you? I have some business to discuss.
Be my guest.
I'm okay with you sitting here, too, not that you asked.
I apologize. I didn't even notice you there for a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot.
Well, I almost want to say you look familiar, but quite frankly, I can't place it. Have we ever crossed paths before?
I don't believe so. What's your name?
My name's Vic. Vic Owl.
Vic. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know that I've seen you, but maybe. Been in town for a few days.
Myself as well. And then I'll go ahead and have a seat, and I'll kind of lean over. Harlow, do we know this one? Is she good people?
Yeah, she's good people.
All right.
More or less.
More or less? Oh, more or less good people too, I think. Depends on the day and depends on the situation. Some people will love me and other people will fear me, I suppose.
Those are the best kind of people, though.
Indeed. And I'll kind of lean over a little bit and kind of back in my chair. And Harlow, I'm wondering if you're free. I picked up a case that I may be looking for some guns to help me with. Would you be interested at all in another ride?
Depends what the job is. Who exactly do you want me to take out, get, find?
Well, from my understanding, a pretty high-profile man from this town has possibly gone missing. And I kind of glance over at the other party members to see if they've kind of taken notice or heard anything.
I'm shaking my head like, yeah, I heard that's too.
Yeah. So the sheriff dropped off a case with me a few days back, and I've been perusing over it. I don't know, something just sort of caught my attention, so I thought I'd come down to town here, check it out, see if I could maybe find anyone interested to cover my six, as it were. One of the gentlemen gone missing.
We're in this town for a similar reason, so I guess the interests interline, so I don't see why not. Anna?
What's the reward that we know about? Do we know?
Well, it seems that, and I kind of whisper, a Lady Isabella has put up a substantial amount of money to see if we can't locate her husband. Lord Forecast. I'm not really sure how he pronounces his name. It's a little foreign to me.
I think it's Fortescue.
Fortescue, is that it?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Something like that.
Yeah, well, it seems like he's one of the major players in the family around here.
As Anna utters the name Lord Fortescue, you notice that you hear heavy footsteps approaching the table, and one of the men in the long duster coats sort of looms over quite intrusively into the conversation and just leans in, and he says, well, hate to bust up your little tea party over here. Y'all here for the Fortescue job?
What if we were?
Well, if you were, you were. And you need to just leave that alone.
Why?
That's
Well,
kind of
see,
back a little bit.
I represent a group called the Collectors. And the Fortescue job is ours, as is this town.
The whole town? You own the town?
To one degree or another. But as I said, it's really a conversation that needs to be taking place. So, I'll make myself clear. Y'all gonna skedaddle?
I've been walking around this town for quite a while. So maybe a few hours. Took a good like gander around the place, and I'm sorry, but I don't remember seeing your name on it.
Not like a plaque or a statue somewhere in the middle of a park, nothing like that. I didn't see nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
I'm
Nothing
coming to
so
think about it,
sweet.
I didn't notice anything either.
Okay. Well, I guess we got business.
I mean, whoever gets there first, let the spoils go to the winner or whatever they say.
Yeah. Indeed. To the victor, the spoils.
All right, that's the quote.
Can I catch Frank's eye as that conversation is kind of picking up and kind of call him over? I imagine I'm like a table over from where that interaction is happening.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, what's going on with these dusters here?
Oh, those are some real
Walking.
bad.
He's walking mighty tall. Got anything to be worried about?
Looks alright at the moment. But I wouldn't let him get the head start. I wouldn't let him get the drop on those people as well.
All right. I'm gonna stand up as I find my voice again. I'm gonna stand up and grab my doctor's bag. His big black bag kind of opens up like a tackle box, and I'm gonna walk over to that group and kind of put it down right on the table there in front of this man who's got his duster, and I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna pull out a little tube of whatever, and I'm gonna kind of pat this tall man who's standing threateningly over this group and. Hey, this just came in. Western Express. You got your hemorrhoid cream here, and I'm gonna kind of pat it on his chest, and I don't want to say you want to go sit down, but can't stand here.
So he looks down at what you've just smeared all over his chest. Says, "Is that your way of calling me an asshole?"
That's just I'm just doing my civic duty here as a doctor of this town.
Okay.
And I would say probably a swollen, ugly asshole.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We are going to fight.
We promised a bar fight.
We're giving Bob his wish.
I kind of look at him after he does this, and it looks like you may have more of a burning issue to handle. I think we.
Well, now that you've handled your civic duty, sorry, I had to. He picks up Anna's glass, looks in it, and he spits right into the glass, places it back on the table, slides it back towards her.
I
guys
pick up
see?
the glass, I look him in the eye, and I just drink that shit. Just drink it right up. Just eye contact and guzzle it down. Well, that was delicious. I think that you have a hidden ingredient there. You should be adding to stuff all the time. Thank you kindly for.
It just looks at
Even
you.
Harlow's like, what?
In fact, Anna, if you could do a persuasion roll, please, at difficulty 8.
Okay, so yay, roll. So I roll 2d6, and then
Yes,
add my persuasion.
Yeah,
Okay.
PG. Before we get in, let this roll happen. You want to explain the die system here and what you got going?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So for the rolls, you'll never need more than 2d6, and you roll against the difficult rating that's assigned by the storyteller, and you take into account the skills which act as a modifier from the character sheet. So, for example, Anna, please, what is your persuasion skill?
3.
3, and your difficulty is 8, so Anna will need a 5 to pass that. If Anna rolls a 10 and doubles that, then we will we'll have something even better than we anticipated happen. And if a double 1 is rolled, then that's snake eyes and something bad invariably will happen.
Well, I wish it was a 10, but I actually did roll 5, so that's 8 total with my persuasion.
The man looks right back at you, just shakes his head, turns on his heel, walks back over to his friends.
I was certain he was going to swing.
You know where that man's mouth has been, right?
I don't care. Whatever.
Well,
You know this cup ain't been clean for weeks anyway. We all drinking people's spit.
that is mighty brave of you. And name's Trenton. I don't think I've met any of you here before in this town of Roxton. I don't think I've seen you.
Most of us, from what I can tell, you're new here, right, Vic?
I am. I've passed through, but I've never really hung out for a while. You know, maybe in passing after I've spent just a moment in town, say at high noon, and continued on my way, you might have been introduced to my handiwork, but I don't think we have properly met.
I've probably stitched up a few, that's right. But if any of you need, a stitching or two, or the very worst, an amputation, you can find me.
Or if we got hemorrhoids. Apparently,
Well, hell,
I
I can neither confirm or deny his case in his nether regions there, but I just saw him causing some trouble.
Well, I tell you what, the way he walked away, either something was burning, something was stuck there.
So you're saying my diagnosis was probably correct then?
I feel I can trust you with medical advice.
All right.
At the very least, I like your style. I'm Anna.
Anna, nice to meet you. I'm Trenton. And you said your name's Vic, and your name again?
Harlow.
Harlow. It's nice to meet you. You mind if I pull up a chair and
take a seat?
Have a seat with you guys. All right, I will.
I'll motion over to Frank to grab his attention and kind of ask for a round. This one's on me if you guys don't mind.
I don't.
Free drink.
Frank, make it that good stuff, Frank. None of that swill.
So Frank smiles over and sees that you guys have stood up to the town bullies, and he kind of gives you a little knowing smile, reaches onto the counter for the good stuff, and pours around with that, brings it over to you on the tray. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. All I want to do is run a nice, friendly establishment. If you need anything, just drop a nod to me.
Much obliged, and I'll toss him some coin for the drink.
Well, maybe it would be useful, Frank. anyone in mind that I ask some questions about the job we're here to do?
Yeah. So, like I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted by that man child, my case that has come of interest involves locating Lord Forrest. His wife believes he may have been kidnapped. Uh, I'm not sure if there's any rumors here in town, Trent, that you may have heard or know anything about this gentleman.
Well, I mean, most of the time when people come in, they screaming and yelling and hooting and hollering. You know, it's hard to get anything out. But I mean, I feel like I can trust you, and you kind of got your ears to the ground. I did get this note, kind of slipped under my door a couple days ago, talking about somebody's coming to town and gonna clean it up, and I need to keep her safe. I don't know any of you know anybody storming in here other than yourselves, you know. But it was initialed with a J and a B. I can't recall knowing a J or a B.
Keep her safe? Like, who's the her?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I'll take out the note and I'll slide it across the table to Anna. I don't know. What can you make something of it?
Well, it don't make no sense to me. How can you keep someone safe if you don't know who she is?
Well, I'm hoping they make themselves known and maybe reveal themselves, and I can, do my best, my civic duty, to keep them upright.
Well, Frank, you Frank's still at the table, yeah? Still listening? Yeah. I mean, you probably know just about everybody and hear just about everybody talk when they're a little too in their cut. You know anything about no JB? You know anything about any enemy of Fortescue that, might be involved in his kidnapping?
Well, the enemy of the Fortescue is a man by the name of Don Diego Legrand, and he's based southeast of this town.
I know that name well.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do, my friend. And you can find the Fortescues at the north side of the town. They have a retainer, young guy, but an arrogant little SOB. But folk around here seem to like him. Old Lady Fortescue seems to like him quite a bit too much. And he's by the name of Jonathan Harper.
Well, there's the J.
But where's the?
It ain't Jonathan Barper. For sure, it's Harper.
We're absolutely sure, yeah.
Just checking.
And to the point about the note there, don't recognize the handwriting. I don't know no JB.
Well, I'll keep this one close to the vest until we do find out. I can tell you here at this table that this Don Diego is not someone we want to be messing around with too much. He sends a lot of people my way. Kind of, he kept my practice in business for a long time, and it just got a little too hairy, and I'm ready to kind of back out. But he is not someone to mess with. Well, we better have our wits about us.
There's a chance we're going to have to mess with him.
There's a big chance, I think.
A mountain of a chance, most likely. I'm just saying, I can say we, right? We are, it feels like we are kind of, coming together here. We're going to have to be ready.
Well, I always find myself hopefully ready for the worst case scenario. It's good to have friends, definitely. And my case files also mention this Don Diego individual as well. It seems to be him and this missing fellow Fortescue are the two heads that apparently be button in this town, from at least what I can decipher. Would you think that's about accurate, Grant?
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said. This Don Diego Legrand, he's keeping people in my beds and keeping me busy. I think they're finding somebody, and and I think it's common knowledge the Fortescue and the Legrands, they're button heads. I think it's a pretty good assumption.
What do working folk in the town think of these two?
Good question, actually.
Game master, would I know kind of what the feelings are?
Yes, you would. Yeah, you'd have quite a intricate knowledge that people see the Fortescues as more reserved, and the Grand and his associates as more involved directly with local politics and with certain actions that are taken, and your own familiarity with the casualties that you end up dealing with.
Well, Legrand, he's the aggressor, I would say, and our Fortescues are kind of waiting in the wings. I don't know if that's the right word, but they are definitely not putting themselves out there like the Legrands are. So I imagine if the town is going to pick a side, they might be forced to pick Don Diego.
So as sorry, go ahead.
I think we should maybe start investigating and get talking to this Legrande. Maybe not waste too much time, because it seems like those collectors, they want in on this as well. And frankly, I don't want them to get any satisfaction. And I want to say this loud enough for them to hear me if they're still there.
You say you do want them. You do want to say it loud enough for them.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So the large man who approached earlier claps his drink down on the table. He just about catches you ringing him up, and he comes over and says, "Look, friends, I've had about as much as I can take. You are all just going to have to pack up now. We're not doing this job, and if you don't comply with my request, you're not going to be fit to work any other job either."
You really don't have a lot of faith in your skills if you think that you have to just intimidate any competition. You really don't think you're going to do a very good job, huh?
I've been itching for a fight. I want to stand up and just look him dead in the eye.
We thought we were getting out of it.
No. And I'm going to just quickly grab the glass that Anna downed and just smash it against the side of his head.
Excellent, fantastic. So if you have melee skills, take the melee into account. Difficulty, you're right up in his face, so difficulty 7.
11.
Excellent, fantastic. So the glass connects with the side of his head, and all of a sudden he doesn't look as large and intimidating anymore as it shatters. Fortunately, not over the party, and he leans forward, clutching his head, and he's kind of left himself vulnerable to any other attacks.
It's like that felt good.
That felt good.
Anyone else want to have a go?
As Harlow stands up and does that, I'm gonna again open up my doctor's bag, and I'm gonna take out a little tin, open it up, and I have very tightly rolled cigarettes in there. I'm just gonna put one in, and I'm gonna light it up.
If he's bent over it all, kneeling down,
Mm-hmm.
I would either if he went down to a knee or something like that,
He's just on the verge of being on the knee.
just on the edge, then I think I would also take my glass and roll the drink into his eye and kick him in his knee.
Excellent. Yes, please. So also difficulty rating 7, taking into account the melee skill if you have that.
10.
Yes. So his eyes are burning as the whiskey connects almost to the retina, and he clutches his face, and like chopping a tree, you take his knee from underneath him, and he's nearly prone on the floor now.
Well, I'll just say, well, damn, and move my leg so that I can just sort of kick it so that he's completely prone. Just like kick him in the face. Not even really hard, not even trying to do damage, just trying to get him all the way down on the floor and leave my boot on his face.
Okay, and yes, difficulty 7.
That's a 5.
Oh,
Our first
that's periodic.
I drank that last drink just a little bit too fast. I didn't eat lunch.
So he clutches onto your leg and manages to steady himself, and he's going to lash out wildly at Harlow, who he can just about see out of his left eye. The other one being just completely stinging with the alcohol damage for a difficulty 8, and he has 2 in unarmed. Sorry, guys, that's an 11. Sorry. And he connects just with a back fist. And you can see that in the background, some of his friends are sort of starting to approach. They're becoming more riled up. They knew what he was like, so they kind of let him come over here and do this by himself. But now they can see that it's getting a little bit more serious, and 3 of his friends actually approach the party.
Oh, I need to retaliate to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So how does damage work? Does Harlow take any?
Yeah.
So depending on what Harlow wishes to do next,
Okay.
you can try to block the attack, or you can try to reverse it, and then in which case you would get a free attack in addition to your actual move. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think I can block it.
Okay. So difficulty 9. That's taken into account your unarmed skill as well.
Snake eyes.
Oh,
We started so strong.
Okay. I'm going to roll for damage. So rolling for damage, and if you see me looking down, it's just to refresh myself with certain things. So rolling for damage, though, there is a damage table that I hope you've all been able to have a look at. I've got it here, though, so we'll be able to do that. And it's a roll of a d6, and that is a 3. So on the non-ballistic table, that's 1 point of sustained damage.
Oh.
And so if you just look to your character sheet, please, and where it says sustain, just fill in 1 block. And then you have the doctor in the party, so we'll
I'm gonna have to patch that up.
For the snake eyes as well, I will say you're actually knocked out temporarily for 1 round of combat.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Sorry.
Do I
Sorry,
do I
guys.
see, as the rest of the guys are coming over, any of them going for weapons of any kind, or
No?
okay?
If you want to escalate.
Hey, gentlemen, how about you just get on with your business instead of trying to intimidate us out of doing ours, and we can just take this out by trying to do our jobs well and see who wins.
Okay, that's pretty persuasive. So if you do a persuasion roll, they are quite riled up for the fight. So, and they can see that their friend has just done pretty well. So difficulty 9, please.
Ready. So 13 if you add my 3 in persuasion.
Yes,
I rolled 10.
Damn.
Excellent. Okay. So they actually stop in their tracks and listen to what you're saying. They're a little bit taken aback themselves by the fact that they're doing this, and they grab their friend and they sort of pat him down a little bit. They look over at Harlow, who is on the floor. They look at you guys and then at each other and say, well, I suppose we can call that even. Turn, and once again, Anna, the voice of reason.
How did that happen?
I'm gonna finish the drag on my cigarette there, kind of put it down in one of the cups or whatever ashtray, and I'll get up and walk over to Harlow there, and I'll tap his foot with my foot, see if he's moving.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll kind of kneel down beside him and open up my bag, and I'll take out some smelling salts and try to get him, kind of smack him on the face a little bit and get him up and awake again. And then if I need to do any kind of bandaging, I'll assess his situation there. And if I need to do any bandaging, I will.
Excellent. So the smelling salts absolutely will bring him round.
Yeah.
And so you're assessing him for treatment.
Right.
And yes, later, if further down the line you want to heal that point of sustain, then you'll absolutely be able to make that attempt.
Well, I'm reading on the character sheet, sustained damage becomes prolonged damage if left untreated. If I can assess that he has sustained damage, then I would definitely do something right here, right now.
Okay.
If I can.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. If you've got something, so did you mention you had? I saw on your character sheet you had rags and bandages. Yeah,
bandages, surgical tools, like maybe this is my field kit. I got some stitches, the cleansing whiskey, and some clean rags in there, whatever is needed for the situation, I guess.
Very good. That's good. What I would say then, if you want to, just on this occasion, to save you provisions for what may or may not be coming, you could use maybe some alcohol that's laying around to just sort of clean out the wound around the eye socket, make sure there's no.
All right. Yeah, I'll grab a rag out and then dip some whiskey on it and just start kind of cleaning around his face where pulling any. Did he hit him with his fist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just kind of like making sure there's nothing major happening there, cleaning the wound and getting him back on his feet.
Medicine roll difficulty 5, taking into account your medicine.
No, I have a +5, so that's going to be 7 + 5. That's 12.
Yes, oh, that's fantastic.
You give him superpowers.
Oh, better than before.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. And even if the role required even if you'd still be able to make the roll required with the amount of skill points, you always still roll. This is the off chance of snake eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So yes, Harlow is back on his feet and feeling pretty good. And
now,
you can see the collectors have actually exited the saloon. They're firmly about their business. They've left you alone, but they know that you're not really a group to be messed with. So they're going to try and start to go about their business as quickly as they can.
Now, Harlow, what? First of all, first one's on me. But what did I tell you? We need to be hacking. I mean, are you usually one shot and you're down?
No, that was a first.
Well, hopefully the last. But you should be good to go. You're gonna have a black eye probably, but you're no broken bones or anything.
That's good at least. I think we should start.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll all just pretend we didn't see that.
Yeah, nobody was looking, I swear.
Yeah.
I thought you were going for a tactical position here, Harlow.
Yeah, that was it. That was
low man wins. Well, I mean, Anna, you got away with your words. They went boogieing real quick. I mean, if we're going after the same quarry, we might want to get moving too.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So,
I
go first, or what are we thinking?
So you remember what Frank said about needing to speak to Jonathan Harper, and where to find him. And Frank actually provides just a few directions around town. He lets you know that you've got the Fortescue Mansion northwest. You've got the residences to the north. You've got a town square in the centre. The sheriff's office is to the west. Below that is Doc Turner's office. Position next to the doctor is the gunsmith. And then to the southwest, you have the Legrand Villa.
Now, Frank said that the lady Fortescue likes this retainer just like a little bit too much. You know what that might mean, Doc?
Might be the place to go look first.
I think maybe.
I mean, I can only imagine what that might mean.
I mean, I don't mean to sound scandalous or anything like that, but just like to think in a way that's maybe a little bit different than what everyone else is thinking. If they got unholy relationship going on, maybe he wanted to take out a rival.
Well, I think we should go there first then.
I agree. This might be a good place to start as any.
Sounds good to me.
So you're making your way to the Fortescue Mansion. It's not difficult for you to find. It's a very ostentatious building. It's on 3 floors. At the very top, you can see a dome, in fact. And as you pass into and approach the front doors, you can see there are actually pillars lining the outside of it. It's a very, very grand house. And you are greeted by a man in a rather fine waistcoat. He's also carrying a repeating rifle, and that's how he opens the door to you. Almost not pointing the weapon at you, but he's on guard. Can I help you at all?
Well, I think you can. We come to speak to Mrs. Fortescue.
Anything you got to say to her, you can say to me first. You can state your business.
How do I know that I can say it to you? I mean, you're just standing out here, right? Like,
And he sort of leans past your shoulder. He's looking over your shoulder just to see if there's anyone else behind you. And he identifies how many of you there are. And he says, look, you here to offer your services?
yeah, I mean, we've heard what has happened, and we are just trying to get to the bottom of it, I think.
I guess you can come in. Please follow me. And he leads you
Anna, is that easy, right?
I mean, sometimes that has to be the most aggressive looking butler I ever seen in my life, but seemed to work just to talk to him.
So he leads you to the right hand of the grand staircase over to a side room, which is Lady Fortescue's sitting room. And you can see she's reclining on a sofa with a hand fan, fanning herself.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need something I can use for the fan. There we go.
there you go. Props. We got props.
And you can see she's rather flustered. And the doctor in the party can see that she's occasionally, she has a handkerchief, which she's occasionally holding to her mouth, which you can deduce. She probably has quite a serious addiction to laudanum.
Okay. Excuse me, Miss Fortescue. If you don't mind, we'd like to have a word.
Oh, Jonathan, who have you brought in here now? Oh my goodness me, who are these awful people?
We're not awful. We're here to help you the best we can, and
Oh, to help me how? How could you possibly help me? My husband is gone. Gone.
well, that's point one why we're here. But point too, and I'll kind of walk over and kneel beside her, and I'll try to grab that rag from her, and confirm it is laudanum. If she'll let me. If not, I might get a little forceful, but I will.
She's quite defensive of the handkerchief.
Well, okay. Point one is finding your husband, but point two is we're gonna work on this right here, and I'll point to the rag.
And she clutches it to her, and she just says, "Oh, anything that you have to say, please just take it up with Jonathan. Jonathan, take these people out of my sight."
I mean, we want to make your husband ungone since he's gone and you don't like that. So we do need to talk to you in order to get information about your husband.
And Jonathan comes over and he pats the doctor on the shoulder. He says, "This is why I wanted you to deal with me. Jonathan Harper, at your service." And he's the gentleman who showed you into the house.
Yeah.
Dang it! We should have asked his name when we walked in.
Well, I thought you guys knew. I thought.
I'm gonna reach into my pouch. I'm not really paying attention to Jonathan. I'm going to get out a little sugar cube or a little sugar tablet. I'm going to try to put it in Miss Fortescue's mouth. Now, this will help you. I see you're struggling here with this this handkerchief here. That is not a way you want to be living, especially with problems at hand. And I'll try to give this to her, and if she's willing, I'll place it on her mouth, in her tongue, or on her tongue, and then at the same time, like slide a hand, try to take the handkerchief away.
Excellent. I do like that. Quite a difficult thing to do. I would say a difficulty 9, taking into account your medicine, though.
With medicine? All right.
Yeah, it's primarily based on your medical knowledge, yes.
There's a 6 in there, and a 3. So that's 9 plus 5, 14.
Excellent. Okay. And she accepts the the cube of sugar, and she becomes a bit more relaxed with her handkerchief.
Yeah. Now
and she starts to focus on you at all.
Keep fanning. Keep yourself comfortable, and I will take the rag and stuff Jonathan, it in my bag.
Oh, Jonathan, I take it all back. These are angels from heaven. Please.
All right.
Sure.
I think
Miss Fortescue, I come and I occasionally get passed along cases that say the local law enforcement may be timid to possibly undertake. And it has caught my eye and my attention, and that is why I have come here to help find your husband. Now, I understand that it's your belief that he's gone missing, and in fact, he is not actually away on business.
This is true, yes. The mayor and the sheriff have spread this vicious lie that he's overseas. But no, I'm certain he's been kidnapped. I'm certain of it.
You know where his last whereabouts were? Was he in town? Was he possibly taken from your campus here at all?
Yes, he was inspecting our estate.
Whereabout in town was that?
Oh, that's just north of here, on the land that we own.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of make a few notes in a little pocket journal of mine.
Is it the kind of place where you have a lot of people working the land, or was he in some place that was pretty much abandoned?
He was secluded. He has his quiet places that he likes to go to collect his thoughts.
Wait, the entire time, Harlow's not at all cost. He's literally just standing there, very intimidatingly, just staring down Jonathan.
Is Jonathan reacting at all? Like, is there anything that goes across his face about this while we're talking about it?
So Jonathan is, you can tell that his main concern is Lady Fortescue and people's proximity to her in particular. and he has been okay with the doctor doing what he's done, and he's eased into the questions that have been asked, but he's quite uncomfortable with the fact that Harlow is staring him down. He's got a tight grip on his rifle, but he isn't saying much. He isn't saying anything, and he isn't displaying much outwardly.
Ma'am,
Go ahead.
do you have any reason to believe a certain individual or a group of individuals may wish to target your husband at all?
Well, my money would be on Diego Legrand, certainly.
You think that's why the sheriffs don't want to help you, is because they don't want to get on the bad side of Diego?
Well, yes, and they'd be right to think that way.
I think that might be the easy answer. I'm gonna pack my bag up, stand up, and I want to go next to excuse me, what? Jonathan Harper. I wrote his name down. I'm gonna go stand next to him, and you're okay with her doing all this with this? And I'll hold up the rag and like trying to get a beat on him, see where his intentions are. I guess.
Very good. Okay, so got a direct question. So if you could roll a persuasion, please, with a difficulty of 8.
Oh, not good for me, but we'll try. Where is it? All right. That's a 6 total.
No modifiers.
No modifiers. Nope.
Okay, he just looks you up and down. He says, "I know which way my bird's buttered, friend. I know where my meals come from. I know who to be loyal to. That's all I know."
Well, that's enough to keep you alive and well, I guess. You know where her husband is?
I'd check with the ground. Do it myself if I didn't have to stay by my lady's side.
Your lady's side, all right. Interesting.
Now, how far away is Trent now and John from Lady Fortescue and myself?
So she is on the couch that is furthest away from the door, and Trent and Jonathan are closer to the door, so approximately 6 to 7 meters.
Oh,
Okay.
you say meters.
Yeah, they are 20 feet. I understand what you mean.
Sorry, I'll figure out the conversion.
So to scale it down there,
No worries.
In fact, thinking about it, that is quite a long way, even in meters.
Even in meters.
13 feet.
So 6 meters is 19 feet.
Anyways,
Which is quite a bit.
That's not correct. That's absolutely not that. But yes, but in this room, yes, approximately 13 feet away.
Wondering if, because I imagine I'm standing next to Harper and staring at Vic, so seeing Vic's body language. I don't know what you're doing, Vic.
I'm just, I'm kind of looking. If he seems cool, then I'll take a knee and as gracefully as I can, Miss Fortitude or Fortescue, apologies here. Can you get us a picture or a description of your husband? I mean, I understand that there is a substantial risk for us to go in to get him, and I just want to make sure that if we do happen to find him in the care of Legrande, we know which one your husband is.
Well, yes, I mean, you must have passed the bust of his head and shoulders that are in the lobby on the way in here. He's 67 years of age. He has a large moustache and long. People say grey hair. I like to think of it as silver. My silver fox.
That's adorable.
I mean, I think we were a little distracted by the butler with the rifle on our way in, so we'll make sure that we take a look at that on our way.
I'm pleased.
Yeah. How many people do you have in your employ?
I have Jonathan and a few of his men-at-arms who he employs. In all honesty, I couldn't say.
Does he employ people to work his land?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Jonathan is in charge of the hiring, yes.
How did your husband treat his workers?
Very well, to the best of my knowledge. No complaints that I have been aware of.
No one disgruntled about nothing?
No, certainly not. No. What kind of family do you think we are?
A rich one.
If this was a campaign, I'd be awarding XP for that line.
Nice.
And she sort of fans herself and just quite dismissively walks away from you.
Right. Well, I'll turn to Jonathan, and you keep that laudanum out of her, okay? Or that ain't no way to live. And I'll hand him like 2 or 3 more sugar cubes. This will keep her happy until kind of till it doesn't.
Hands them into his hand and take that under advisement, Doc.
I'll go rejoin the rest of the group on the other side of the room. Kind of take a look at that sculpture and whatnot of Mr. Fortescue's.
And you see that exactly as described, he's quite a distinguished looking gentleman, and the bust of him reflects that. The large bushy moustache, silver like his long shoulder length hair, and yes, you glean that you would have a good recollection of him if you needed to.
Well, I don't know what else we're gonna get from over here. I guess we got 2 different options. We can possibly swing through the sheriff, see if they know anything, or would be at least willing to stay out of our way if things went south.
Making sure that stay out of our way would be a good option. I doubt they're going to help us with
very much doubt.
with the power the Grande has, but at least getting them to stay out of their way should be possible and make our job a lot easier.
I feel like if we go to the sheriff and we make it clear, like we understand the position that they're in and we're on their side, we don't want them to get hurt by nobody. They're good, hardworking folk. And if they tell us anything, it's going to be kept strictly between us.
What?
We might be able to get something.
I'd like to believe that's the right way. And we're out of the house moving away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'd like to believe that's what would happen, but money kind of runs this town, and LeGrand's got that money. And I unfortunately have been a beneficiary of some of that money, and comes with pretty tight lips, and so I'm worried about going straight to the sheriff. And also, I don't want to rule out old Jonathan Harper. I mean, I've stitched up enough men in bar fights over jealous lovers, and I can't say he's off my radar, but
He sure does like his boss, doesn't he?
You picked up on that too?
It's a bit hard not to be honest.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that LeGrand is the bad guy here, but a missing husband, I can't stop thinking it might be Harper in some way.
Do I happen to have any contacts here in town, maybe among the sheriffs or among people who work for either of these people?
You can ask around. Yeah, if you go to that location, you can have a little look around.
All right, just I'm just going to keep that in mind. Like if we go anywhere, I might see if I can figure out if anybody's kind of part of my network.
Definitely.
So I can tell you this about the sheriff. He occasionally does give me some cases that, well, quite frankly, he's too scared to handle himself. Whether it's out of fear of some families, or he might not just have time. But when this was dropped off, I very much got the sense that it wasn't a fact that he didn't have any concern, but definitely more of the fact that he was scared to get involved between these two families. And as Mr. Trent has pointed out, one of the families isn't shy about shedding blood. And so I think if we approach them and at least let them know that we're going to go in there, perhaps they can either steer clear or at least not put us in the stockades themselves if things go bad. Which it sounds like they probably will.
Oh, they will.
Yeah, fear doesn't make you love no one.
I would like to warn, at least tell the sheriff to stay out of our way, but there is a chance that might be the wrong decision. We might have to just go straight for him. For Le Grande.
Yeah, Vic, I'm worried about some of the jobs he's feeding you. I mean, if they're the ones he doesn't want to get his hands dirty on because it might be conflicting with LeGrand, it might be an issue there. I don't know that he's not totally in the pocket of this man. So
and even if he isn't, there might be someone else. How many people work with the sheriff?
That could run far and wide. I'm not sure.
Well, Trent, this is for all in all purposes your town, at least amongst us. So I would follow suit in your advice.
Well, and my idea is getting, obviously, past transgressions aside. LeGrand's got to be dealt with, I think, and I think Harlow might be on the right track too. Just thinking, at least go check it out.
All right then.
Anna, what do you think?
I trust Harler. If his judgment is that we should go talk to this guy instead of the sheriff, I'm good with it.
Thank you, Anna.
Always.
Well, let's.
All right, then to Le Grande's mansion we go.
So you make your way southeast to the Grand Mansion, which is designed more of a villa structure. The outer buildings are quite open. You can gain access to them, but there's a sort of inner compound of buildings that are connected through corridors. So it's on 2 floors, and again, from the outside, would appear quite easily accessible, but upon further inspection, you see it's more maze-like.
I wish I knew what's inside this maze here, but they always bring them to me.
Yeah, go in. Do we see anyone around? Any guards, anything like that?
And so you can see the outer perimeter is being patrolled by 2 separate guards, both heavily armed with a sidearm, a revolver, and carrying a shotgun. And that seems to be the standard issue for the Grand's Associates.
Stay away
Well,
from that end.
Yeah, if we need to, if for some reason we need to know what it's like all over here, I can do some looking around without being seen. But I don't know yet that we need to do that. Right now, we just want to talk to someone, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hate to put myself out there, but we can go under the disguise of we were called in to help with a medical emergency if we need to. That might get us inside. Like I said, I've never been here, so it's out of the ordinary for me to bring my services to Le Grand.
would they find that suspicious? You doing a house call out of the blue?
Especially if there isn't one in the first place.
Yeah, and especially if there isn't one.
And you brought yourself 3 nurses.
We might get past his first guard there. He looks kind of like a dummy, but that second level, I can't guarantee. You know.
Well, how about something more like this? Like he's not dumb. Like he must know that there's a lot of people talking about what's going on and putting his name out there as someone who might be responsible. And I can say this true. I don't know that it's him. And I certainly have a goal, especially if it ain't him, in proving that it ain't. So we got some interests in common with him. And he might be interested in hearing that.
Anna is really good at talking too. Probably better than going guns blazing right now.
I mean, I've seen it. Seeing is believing. It might be better than me lying my way in there, I think.
Is there any way we could spin an angle with these collectors?
Oh,
Guys there that perhaps they're coming in and we caught wind. And
I mean, after we bashed a glass up against his head, and
that felt good.
I mean, it was eye for an eye in that situation, right? We left that pretty even, so it might be a move.
now we met some men that we think might be gunning for you, and we thought first of all it would only be fair to let you know, and second of all, we'd like to, prove them wrong because they're a bunch of bastards. So here we are trying to help you.
And if they do provide you, Trent, with some good pocket money for your services, I don't think it would be too far of a stretch to think that you may want to protect your interest and give him a heads up.
So you're saying use the collectors as tell them that they are coming for him, and not meet with the collectors.
Oh no.
But use them. Oh man!
I'm just thinking.
I thought I was quick, but
your nurse guy's here for us. Like you said, we probably want to get past this first dum standing over here, looking like he's ready to fall asleep. Anyway,
again, I think that gets us through the front door. But once we're in there, I cannot say what's gonna be waiting for us. That ruse might only last for so long.
Well, what does this man care about?
Legrand, he cares about power, money.
Well, I could have guessed that, but specifically.
PG, you said that they were more on the industrialization of things.
Yes, absolutely.
Kind of bringing in new technology, maybe, and
innovation. They're not interested really in preserving Broxton as a place of historical interest. That means very little to them. They want to industrialize as much as they can. Exploit the new world as much as possible.
I mean, they are fully on board with this westernization of everything. They want bigger, better, powerful things. So it's not just power and money, it's everything in between.
Here's a thought. What if we go in under the angle that we heard wind that these collectors are trying to find Fortitude, and we would be willing to render our services to make that family go away?
Well,
kind of do a two-faced spy sort of game.
I mean, we might be missing the point here, and that might be. I don't want to say this too loud, but that we might need to some sort of assassination attempt on this Legrand if we are truly wanting to rid him of Roxton and the evil deeds that he is bringing. So I don't know how. I'm at a loss.
I have no problem with killing this man, but isn't the point to make sure that he is the Fortescue is gone?
That is
missing.
That is true. I go back to my previous statement about Harper.
Ain't no one gonna pay us for killing him. Right now, what we got to do is just talk to him.
All right. Well, maybe that
I
might be
think
step
we
one.
walk in and tell him, use the collector idea, say that
I-
we heard wind, that the collectors are coming for you, and we just wanted to make sure that we proved that they were wrong first, see what we can gauge from their reactions to what we know and what we don't know,
All right.
and just figure out from there.
And I can tell him true. I don't think he did it. This is not the way that his kind screws over people. They're really good at screwing over people, but they don't do it this way.
All right. I like it. I think this is. Let's go in and get some more information, and then we make another educated decision after that.
I mean, from what I got here, our paycheck comes from Lady Fortescue in the return of her husband. Now, as far as taking Legrande out, I mean, if that happens, that happens. I kind of value walking away alive more than the next guy. So if we get into it, he can go down. But I think priority is to find out if they have him alive or dead, whatever the case is. At least one of our goals there.
I like that plan.
So you've put together a couple of different ideas there, and you'll be free to execute them as you see fit. So am I right in thinking the party is walking quite calmly towards the entrance to the villa?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. And so the first guy that you can see who's on patrol with his shotgun, he approaches you. He just says, "What's your business here, friends?"
We're here to offer some help to Mr. Legrand.
Well, we could always use help. He looks over at the various things that you're all carrying with you, and he can got a little bit of a glint in his eye, and he says, "Sure, your band would be much appreciated. Carry on up."
Well, that was way easier than we thought it was going to be. Okay.
He lets you gain entrance to the outer ring of the villa compound.
Awesome.
So, just straight ahead then. I mean,
Yes, you can see that there's a door, and the older, more windows are cut into the stone walls. They look more like perhaps a medieval arrow loop, but a lot wider. They've been converted into a window on either side of the door.
all right. Anna, you go taking point on this thing?
I mean, I can do some of the talking. I don't have a problem with that.
All right.
Is there someone? Are we heading in the direction of someone to talk to, or are we just hanging out in your living room?
So you've entered into the combat.
Yeah.
Okay, and yes, you are greeted by Don Diego Legrand himself. He's familiar to the Doctor to some extent, and he's a man of advanced years. Carries himself very, very upright, and he's dressed very, very well. And you'll notice he carries a saber with a silver-plated scabbard at his side, and he has a silver-plated handle to match. And he approaches you. "Greetings, welcome to my home. What brings you here?"
Well, Mr. Legrand, I don't know that we've met formally, but I have spent time patching up some of your soldiers.
I appreciate this greatly.
But my friend Anna here we're delivering some news that we may have found.
And what is this news?
Well, you may have heard already that there's a lot of gossip going around with some kind of accusation against you that you had something to do with this disappearance of Lord Fortescue.
Ah, yes, the old
Yeah.
man Fortescue.
Yeah. And now they got like a whole posse of people out there looking for you. Well, gunning for you at least. I think they think that you did it. And I don't think you did. We don't think that you did. We don't think this is very fair. And we want to help make sure that we prove you didn't.
Okay, and how do you plan to do this?
Well, that's a good question. How do we plan to do this?
Well, we were hoping maybe you could shed some light on the situation yourself. Maybe help us point us, in the direction or steer clear of some folks. We ran into this group here at the bar, Salone, not too long ago, who warned us to get out of town if we tried to head over here and speak to you. So we figured, well,
Who were they?
would they say they went by their trend?
Well,
The collectors.
yeah, the collectors.
The collectors.
That's an interesting name.
We've, my friends and I have had conflicts with them in a separate state. We hope to have left them behind.
Well, I'm so sorry to break it to you that didn't work. But yeah, if there's any information you can give us, if we can prove that you didn't do nothing to Lord Fortescue, then they'll probably need to just get their ugly butts with the hemorrhoids out of this city.
I would be very grateful if you could make that happen for me. I believe they're establishing somewhat of a headquarters at the gunsmith in town.
Well, that's news. Right. I mean, never mind. I'll keep that to myself. Sorry, speaking out of turn here. Thinking out loud.
So what can you tell us about? Because all of these rumors don't seem too unfounded. There is clearly some sort of rivalry between you and Lord. Can you tell us anything about that?
Good question. If you could please do a persuasion roll for this,
Oh,
please.
boy.
Difficulty 7.
I have no modifier. Okay.
Just slightly above average. You can do it.
Harlow's not a talker. Oh, a 9.
Excellent, fantastic. And he looks over at Harlow and I may have took a meeting with him, the cherry orchard at his property. I don't see the relevance of this. I can see why you might.
Why'd you meet with him in a cherry orchard?
He was going to sell some land to me.
And did he?
The deal is not yet complete.
All right.
Who knew about this deal?
Myself, some of my friends. You may have seen them wandering around. Who he told is only known to him.
Like maybe his wife and his wife's friend.
Have you met the Lady Fortescue?
We had the pleasure.
Would you tell her of your grand strategies?
We didn't come right out and say that we thought it was bullshit that you did it, but we did say that we were interested in finding out if there were other possible suspects.
Yeah, that's me. Then perhaps the business here is concluded, yes?
Would you wouldn't want any actual ill will to fall on Fortescue, would you, considering your deal hasn't gone through at all?
No. I can only pray for his safe return.
Do I pick up any read on him at all?
You can do, I suppose it would be a reverse persuasion, but you can do an investigation, please. Yes, with difficulty 9, please.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for her.
You can tell that he's becoming more agitated within himself, and he's actually, with his gesture for you to leave, he's actually displaying through his body language that he's not comfortable with having this conversation around his relationship. He's been cool as a cucumber up until that point.
What, I mean, clearly you value his safe purposes of prospering and growing the great city here. What do you know about this John Harbor fella?
Ah, yes. They're lieutenants. I have many men like him on my payroll.
Like him? What does that mean? He seemed awfully kind and endearing to...
Oh, he did. Then he does his job well.
You care to elaborate? What kind of job do you think he does?
I think he makes things happen.
Things.
If you could please do a persuasion roll to 49.
Well, Anna.
I like the way she's pushing the agenda. I like that.
That's 10?
10, wow. Okay, excellent.
I'm a talker, not a fighter.
If I need something to be done, I take a man who is trustworthy yet expendable. That is how I see Jonathan Harper. Whether he wishes to climb from this position remains to be seen.
I need to ask. I'm not as subtle or good at talking as my friends here. Did you or did you not ask Jonathan Harper your Fortescue problem?
I'll take an intimidation roll of 9, please.
Oh.
12, 2 6s.
Damn.
And his entire demeanor changes, and he just scowls at you. And he just says, "Come into my home. You ask me these questions. You ask me about my business. I would like very much for you to leave now. Who Jonathan Harper serves is not my business. What questions I have asked him are none of your business. Did I need him to settle the matter for me? Maybe more than once.
I feel that's enough for Harlow, to be honest.
Yeah, I apologize. My friend he's kind of rude. He don't got no good social graces. You gotta kind of just take him with a grain of salt. So thank you for your time. Any other questions y'all want to ask?
Yeah, just to try to smooth it over. Obviously, Mr. Grande, I think we all here feel that you actually have nothing to do with this, and you have the sincerest concern for Mr. Fortescue. Now, if hopefully, if you got some kind of inkling that perhaps this John may have done something of his own volition,
yes,
by all means, we would love to hear it to help clear your good.
Oh, of course, but if I have this information, let me assure you I will take it to the sheriff first.
Sheriff don't seem too interested in clearing your name.
Yeah, he likes to remain neutral in certain matters.
What?
I'm sure
I don't
once
think
we have
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
I'm sure once we have solid evidence, the matter will be brought to hand.
Well, that is where we come in, so that makes some sense. How do you treat your workers? Are they happy with the work they're doing?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, they're pretty happy. How about him? How about Lord Fortescue?
Yeah, he is from old money. He does not understand the struggles in life people go through. I would put him in the category of oppressor.
Anyone in particular vocal about their problems with him among the workers?
Not to me.
Okay. You don't know any of their leaders?
No.
All right. Just checking. Good to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just staring daggers at him the whole time.
Please do another intimidation roll.
Oh.
Let's see.
We are so doing like good cops, bad cop.
Yeah, for sure.
Effective cops.
8.
8.
8,
Oh,
yeah.
And he looks over at Harlow and he says, in sincerity, keep eyes in the back of your head around Jonathan Harper. Straight out and says that.
Knew
Okay.
it.
Sounds about right.
All right. Well, Mr. Legrando, I think this is where we say goodbye for a little bit. We'll meet again.
And with that, just kind of as we kind of walk out, I'd spin around and be like, you mentioned if we could possibly take care of this collector problem for you, you'd be mighty grateful.
Of course, yes.
What would that gratitude possibly entail for us?
Huh. Depends on how many.
Wow, how many are here in town that you're aware of?
I've seen groups of them. They never travel in less than 4. Perhaps 3 or 4 of these groups. You can confirm per head that they are gone. 2,000 per head.
1,000 per head.
You
Dead
know
or
who?
alive?
Sorry, what?
I'll say dead or alive, or just run out of town.
I mean, to confirm it, dead, hopefully. I mean, since we are talking openly now.
All right.
You know who bankrolls their operation?
Yes, I do. I believe he's also in town. A man that I do not like, do not trust. And his name is Braxton Montague.
Oh, the moment he says that. Where did you last hear his whereabouts? This Braxton.
After they entrenched themselves within the gunsmith building, he disappeared from town. But how, I'm not sure.
We need to go to the gunsmith.
Alrighty. Gunsmith next.
All right.
So, what do you say? 3,000 head, we clear these collectors and clear your name?
Yes, I would be very, very appreciative of that. May I ask, what is Lady Fortescue paying you?
Well, she hasn't come out and put us out there, but between me and you, well, I could retire based on what she's willing to pay for Fortescue's safe return, obviously. Matter of fact, I think we, all 4 of us, could retire on his safe return. And perhaps maybe even be able to convince them to go ahead with that deal.
Well, I'm waiting for a signature. I suppose you have the promissory note from the Fortescue family. Or even mention of a number.
We might have forgot to do some negotiation.
Let's just say we were rushed out awfully quick by Mr. John when he started asking about Fortescue's well-being. So we'll get to it. I mean, what do you say? we bring a promissory note for part of this land. You set the four of us up for life as well. You look like you could both profit from the land and profit from his safe return, and you surely, within a matter of a short amount of time, will probably recover.
Yes. If this is, if you were able to do these things, and best of luck to you with that, then I will absolutely set you all if you want. You got it. 75 each.
75 each.
Mm-hmm. All you have to do is live.
Ha ha ha. Yeah.
75 each. Kind of. I
I'm in the
look at
background,
this.
pacing back and forth, just so I just want to get out.
I think. Go on.
Oh, you can see the frustration building up in Harlow ever since he mentioned that name.
Yeah. I think we should get Harlow out of here before he. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Mr. Grande will come back, and hopefully we'll have good news for you.
I hope so too.
I'll reach out to shake his hand to make a gentleman's agreement.
Of course, I'm a man of my word.
All right. Well, to the town we go then. Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes.
We're going. What just happened in there? I mean, my initial idea who done it is now topsy turvy. I'm thinking this Jonathan Harper and these collectors might be working together, maybe. But then I thought maybe Jonathan Harper was working with Legrand. I don't know. Are we making heads and tails of this or what?
I get the feeling that possibly could be twofold. I think Legrande may have been able to get in the pocket of John, as he's expendable but willing to do deeds for him that he's done in the past. And I think perhaps these collectors may have been brought in possibly by John to keep anyone from investigating the situation.
All right. Well, I mean, if Fortescue is signing over land to Legrand, I feel like maybe they are working. They are a little more copacetic than we maybe first understood. And man, I don't know. Harlow, what? You kind of lost it there for a minute. What's up with Braxton Montague? I mean, maybe that might be a missing piece here.
He just needs to die.
You don't got to tell them nothing if you don't want, friend.
He's involved. The collectors are involved with him. We need to go there. I need to go there and find out where this man has gone.
Harlow, is he that one?
Yeah.
Figured.
Yeah, he is.
All right, then we got two jobs.
Right. I mean, in this short time that we have become friends, I think we divulge a little information on who that one is and why.
Braxton is not a good man, and he deserves to die. The fact that he's involved with these collectors and whatever's here just proves that even further. And I just want to be the one to end it.
All right. I mean, guilt by association, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm following.
And do I get enough of a read on Harlow to feel that his cause is definitely justified without question?
You could do a check to see if Harlow would expand on it to you. Yeah, you can do an investigation. Difficulty. Harlow's heightened state of mind at the moment. I'd say difficulty 9, please.
9. Investigation. 5, 6, 7.
Any modifiers? No, so Harlow could choose to remain type-linked.
Yeah. I think you could just tell that it's clearly it's very personal.
I'll actually drift over closer to where Harlow is, and I'm just going to pat him on the shoulder. And not too overtly, but just like, I got you, I got your back, I'm here kind of message.
And I'm assuming Braxton name hasn't crossed my desk at all. This is solely a personal type of a...
Yeah, it wasn't mentioned in the dossier of information, no.
Okay. All right, well, I guess to the gun shop we go, huh?
So you make your way as a group back to the gunsmith, which is on the southwest part of town, and it's further down from Doc Turner's surgery. And you can see that there have been works taking place there. So maybe the doc has maybe been in the saloon a little bit longer than he thought, maybe had a couple of good nights out. But certainly it looks as though things have been taking place, things have been brought out. There are wagons outside that are loaded with goods, building materials, supplies, but no extensive work to the outer structure of the gun shop. It is brick. It looks fairly solid. It has a flat roof. There's an entrance at the front. Regular windows on 2 floors.
Harlow, how you want to do this?
Okay. So our character, Harlow will probably be very reckless. He's not even gonna answer. He's immediately going get some cover and just get as close as he can to the gunsmith while staying under cover. And he's drawing his longbow as he does this.
Harlow, I don't hold on, Harlow. We don't even know if he's there right now. There's a lot of guns and you're going at them with a bow. Could we hold on for a second?
I would like then persuasion roll for Anna, and failing that will be Harlow sneak roll. Persuasion roll difficulty 9.
11.
Well done. Yes, so you do actually manage to get through to Harlow. And,
I slowed down.
You aren't honoring no one's memory if you get yourself killed the first second you find some place that he might. So why don't you just hold on? Let's be a little strategic.
I couldn't find this man for so long, and now that I know where he is, I need to move. We need to move.
We're gonna move, but we're gonna move, with our heads, smart.
Okay.
So let's just play him with the group, okay? I won't let him leave this town without you having your chance.
Okay.
I mean, we could go in, and a couple of us go in and maybe purchase some ammo or something to this general effect just to scope out the place. Harlow, if you want to hang back as, like an Overwatch if he happens to come out at all.
Okay.
Would I know if Harlow's good at sneaking around and being quiet?
I mean, I think our backstory, we have worked together, so I think he would stat.
Yeah.
If you want a natural stat for it, he's got a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
The two of us could kind of scope out the place, look around the outside, see if we can find anything, if there's an easy way to look inside. Well, y'all go and do the straightforward approach.
That might not be a bad idea. I think, Vicky, you got it. Maybe we go in and peruse their wares and see what's going on, and then maybe get a head count.
I agree.
To see what we're dealing with.
All right. Do we need any kind of a sign, or I don't know about you, but if Harlow, you take a shot with your bow and things get hairy, we might be caught on the short end of that stick initially, anyway.
I don't just have a bow. It's just my preferred weapon. I have a long gun and a pistol as well,
I
if it
understand.
needs to be.
And I think I tap my revolver. But like I have a preferred weapon myself too. I totally understand where you're coming from. So Trent, shall we go in and
Yeah. Well, I think so. Anna, are y'all going around the back and just kind of doing a once over, and we'll.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's go inside. Split the party. Who does this?
Not everybody is sneaky. If we all try to sneak at the same time, it's not going to work.
Okay, so the sneaking rolls then. You haven't roused too much suspicion as yet, so difficulty 7 to sneak where you need to be.
And that would be hide in shadows.
Yes, absolutely, yes, yeah.
I rolled a 12. So I got a 9 here and plus 3, 12.
Brilliant.
9.
Excellent. So you both secure the positions that you need to unnoticed and will remain within that state until something happens. If something happens to break that.
And as these two kind of go off, I'm assuming me and Trent would hold back for a minute, giving them some time. So during that, Trent, I'm wondering, do you know LaGrande's, I don't know if it's possibly her daughter or his daughter at all? It's, it's really actually kind of hard to read. Some of my papers got a little smudgy here. E. LaGrande.
You'll recall from the dossier, just a memory pops back, and the name is Ekaterina LaGrande.
Katerina.
Like I've said, they kind of bring the walking wounded to me. I can't say that she's ever made it down to my shop. So no, I don't. Again, our relationship is very at an arm's distance.
All right. Well, at a distance, you start perusing around any establishments here at all that possibly we could run into? As I was flipping through, walking over here, I kind of caught wind that she may be one that would possibly have more intimate detail. LaGrande.
GM, would I know any? Have seen her at all?
No.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I haven't. I don't know the reason why I haven't. Could be any number of things, but I don't know.
Fair enough. And I think at this time we've enough time's probably passed that we can make our way in.
All right. We just picking up some wares for like a hunting trip or what?
Yeah. I came into town and was talking about trying to blow off some steam and maybe take down a nice
All right.
buck or something. I don't know what you're around this area, but
Can roll with that. All right. So we'll make our way in.
And as you enter the gunsmith, and you can see that just behind the counter is quite a jolly-looking fellow, and he's got a big beaming smile. Haven't seen much custom over the last couple of days, and he just he says, "Hello and welcome on in. I'm Clinton Smith, and welcome to my store."
I'd say thanks for having us. We're just kind of looking around. We're looking to get, maybe something to go do some shooting out.
Oh yes,
out of
piece,
town.
as you Americans would call it.
I mean, anything new that we need to be aware of, or
Oh no. At the time, you have your long guns, have your revolvers, your sidearms, but there's not many experimental weapons in here, shall we say?
you keep those in the back, right?
Oh, the back, yes. And he just falls a little bit stony face and says, "So, yes, what can I interest you in?"
I think, quite frankly, and I'm looking very like I try to put on this sense of I just want to blow off some steam. And Mr. Clayton, let's be honest here. I've had a rough go on the trail coming here for a while, and I just kind of want to see some things go boom. You got anything perhaps that could brighten my day? And
Oh, dynamite! Yes, absolutely.
very good. How much dynamite you have?
I've got
I'm looking to have some fun here.
have some real fun. Oh well, I have long fuse dynamite, and be somewhere else when you throw this. But I have a crate containing 6 sticks of long fuse dynamite, and I'll let you have that for perhaps $300.
And so, how much cash would we say we have at this point?
Being bounty hunter and budgeting for expenses, and I really wish I'd have asked you all to do this at this stage, and I completely take responsibility for that. But if we say in the region of $750,
$750. All right.
and for the doctor, perhaps $350.
Right.
Mercenary, perhaps a little bit more, so say $550. And for Anna knows a few people, so let's say 900.
All right.
Anyway, yes, yeah.
As Vic is going through this transaction, I'm gonna kind of break away and act like I'm perusing, but trying to get a peep into the back room. Just judging by his response to his previous comment, so I'm breaking away a little bit.
Brilliant. And so an investigation check of 9, please.
Ooh. Okay, not bad. I got
Right into
it's an 8. Eight total with my modifier.
Okay, so you see 1 or 2 things out of place, but nothing that would arouse too much suspicion.
All right. Yeah, I'll just keep looking on the shelves and stuff as Vic continues.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I mean, are these your wagons outside here? You packing up and heading out, or is this a shipment coming in?
Oh, just a shipment. Anyway, the dynamite?
Yeah. So I think we could possibly negotiate on perhaps maybe a case, and I'm just kind of essentially trying to buy some time, and as Trent, looks around and everything.
Amazing. Let's call it 250.
250.
Yes. I know you like to handle over here.
I'm sure we can do maybe a little bit. I mean, if I buy a whole case here, how many people come in and buy dynamite around here? Or TNT here, as it were?
You make a fantastic point. 200, and you can be about your business.
200. All right. You got any say long gun shells, like maybe in the 357 caliber at all?
Yes. Stocks of them.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You give me a case of those shells, and that a case of dynamite. That just sounds like it could make for one heck of a party and a good time.
Fantastic.
What you say that was 150?
Yes. We'll call it 150. And he's looking behind his shoulder. He's keeping one eye on the doctor, and he's just keeping. He's either looking at the doctor or he's looking over his other shoulder, and he just pushes the case of dynamite and 12 rounds in a box for the other ammunition.
All right. So yeah, I'll kind of fumble through my code a little bit, being discreet about it, and just pull out 125 and see if he notices anything with it or just kind of goes through.
Okay. And he's keeping one eye on it, counting it. And then you see Doctor's attention is on a shelf that just seems to have come loose at the back of the shop. And the proprietor, Clinton, just turns to you both and says, "Okay, be on your way now. You've made a very good deal here."
All right.
Well, I again, my civic duty. I just remembered that sheriff wanted me to come in and do some well checks for, typhoid fever, and just make sure I check everybody. It's a real quick thing. It's just check for, body temp. And so, is it just you here today?
And the ground just very gently, just enough to rock you a little bit. Just shakes from sound you can hear on a lower level, perhaps a blast, and he just reaches under the counter and pulls out 2 revolvers, places on you.
Yeah. That's quite an extreme reaction to a well check, sir.
I can assure you, I'm very, very well. About 3 seconds to leave my shop.
Wow, that really escalated. Vic, we're good?
Yeah, I'm good here, Mr. Clint. I mean, thank you very much. I didn't mean to, startle you here at all. I'm sure we can, if you put those peacemakers down here, I'll pick up my my purchase. And, I definitely appreciate your time. We'll be on our way.
That's wonderful. Fantastic. Goodbye.
All right. Well, sheriff's not going to be happy I didn't get numbers for here. So, as I'm walking out over my shoulder. Bye.
And he slams the door shut behind you, and you can hear him locking up.
Oh, that's fine. Vic, did you feel that rumbling?
Quite frankly, something's going on in there. He wanted $350 for a case of this. Pegged him down to $150, and I only gave him $125. Whatever's going on, he wanted us out. Yesterday.
All right, well.
But by and by, you good with TNT at all?
I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said something. Yes, I am. It's kind of my side hobby is tinkering around with some explosives. So I'm quite handy.
Well, I tell you what, you find a use for this here then. And once you hang on to this, I'm sure perhaps at some time this will come in handy.
And if Anna and Harlow could roll investigations, please.
Yes.
47.
8.
6.
Oh, okay. So, known only to Anna, you do see a movement within one of the wagons that's parked around the back of the building, almost as if there was someone else in there among the supplies. I would say that calling this information to Harlow may compromise your stealth, but that's certainly something you've observed.
I am going to try to I'm going to head over to try to peek in and let Harlow draw his own conclusions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over to it.
Where you going? Okay. Let's just stay there.
You suck at this.
I failed my check. I can't know.
I figured you'd be able to figure out that I saw something. That's why I'm walking toward the idiot. I'm gonna walk toward and try to glance in and see what I can see.
Okay.
I'm not gonna follow, but I am gonna watch just in case something happens, like someone else jumps out.
Okay. If you could please do further investigation check.
Another investigation. Okay. Yeah, 5.
5. Okay. You would have to disturb. So on the within the carriage are the supplies, things like grain, and it looks to be food supplies. To investigate further, you would have to disturb those supplies.
All right. I'm gonna just take up a position at the sort of exit of the cart and just wait and see if I see any more movement or someone tries to come out.
Okay, excellent. And then if we go back over to Vic and the good doctor.
Trent, what do you think the way he was acting there, and this idea that maybe the collectors are in on it? You don't suppose any chance they're holding someone up in there, do you?
Well, they're doing something, and they're doing some blasting. I mean, you don't get the tremors in the ground just like that for nothing. Simple pickaxe ain't gonna do that. And then you said there's caravans out front that have a bunch of building supplies and stuff.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't see any of this going up inside that building on that ground floor or the outside. My idea is there's some sort of tunneling system going somewhere. It's fishy. And the way he got us shoot us out of there real quick. Speaking of, let's just move over to the side here. I don't like standing in front of that window. Might be drawing a bead on us. I'll kind of move over to the edge of the corner of the building, and we might want to find Harlow and Anna. Let them know.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let's make a way around. I don't know if there's any good hunting out this way that could look like we would legit be going that way, or do we need to stealth around? Do you know a way to the back, out of sight?
Well, I mean, it's just some alleyways, and there's not much.
Do we notice them coming out of the front door?
Yes. Just yes.
I'd actually then sort of slip up to them, trying to keep my eye on the wagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There's someone in there. The wagon. There's someone in there, and don't want to be seen.
Yeah, there's some shit going on down underneath the ground too.
Yeah, did you guys feel anything?
Did we?
No.
Yeah, right underneath that store. There's
Like
some shaking in the ground, and then he pulled his pistols on us and told us to get out of there after we bought stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not suspicious at all. I don't.
Right. I think.
Yeah.
Harlow, I think you're gonna get your wish. I mean, I don't like to think about it too much, but I think that might happen. What's happening out here, Anna? And
all we saw was that someone's hiding in that wagon.
I mean, one person. There's 4 of us. Let's go pull them out.
That's what I was thinking.
All
right.
Yeah.
Who's going in? Who's going to cover?
I will cover.
Okay.
I'm better close up, so I can walk up with you.
Me too.
All right.
Okay. So Harlow and Anna are still technically in sneak in stealth, and
cool.
and you approach the wagon, and you do hear some rustling there. Now I'm going to do a roll, and if I could ask for, is it the doctor who's approaching first? Yep. So if we just roll 2d6. 9.
I got 6 total.
Okay. So you see the muzzle of a Winchester repeater. Just,
Hey. Yeah, I'll kind of drop and get underneath it if I'm not close where I can move with my hand. But hey, we're just investigating.
Okay.
I mean, what are you doing in there?
And you hear, well, who's out there? Who goes there?
Oh, who's in this? I mean, you know me, Doctor. I am the Dr. Turner. What are you doing in there? I'm just doing a typhoid check.
Well, shit, Doctor. It's good to see you. Well, it's good to hear from you.
Do I recognize this voice?
You do recognize him as the assistant from the gunsmith, and this is Gus Jones, and he's a man who's familiar to you from the town. Except if you hadn't moved, you would have took your head off. So it's very fortunate that you did that. But yeah, and he's quite an elderly gentleman, and he climbs out the back of the
Gus.
wagon.
What the hell are you doing in there, Gus? Come on, put the rifle away.
And he's a bit jumpy, he's a bit twitchy, but he lowers the rifle, and he says, "I don't know who the hell these guys are. Plenty of them, and they're onto that fucking building."
Are they got long dusters on and?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, Gus. What's up with Clinton in there? Is he losing his mind?
Oh, that guy's insane.
All right. Good to know. Harlow, all signs point to yes, my friend. All right, Gus, go get out of here. You don't want to be around. I don't think.
It's about to get fun. So
Or Gus, can you post up on a rooftop over there, the next building over? Maybe, just give us some cover.
Well, shit, yes, I can.
Right,
he looks quite happy with that.
Keep your head down, all right?
Will do, and he makes off to find a position.
All right. I mean, Vic, with what we found on the inside in Gus's testimony, I think we know where we're going.
I think so.
we're going to just shoot our way in.
Is there a back door, knowing that the front door got locked?
Were we able to scope out anything like that?
I'll point it out. You can just blow it up.
I mean, he locked the door. I can do something about that. I'm not so worried about the door. If we want to go in the front, I can get us in. But it's a question of whether we want to go in the front and he's going to blow our heads off, or whether there's a way that we can sneak in.
No visible back door, no.
All right. Well, he's got 2 pistols at the ready, and obviously in a shop full of guns. So, I mean,
a bunch of TNT in there. What?
Shame on him for selling us this dynamite here, because it's coming right back at him.
I'll say we could either use it to open the door. We could send it through the window as a little parting gift.
Yeah, I can get the door open. We don't got to blow it up and then bring the attention of the whole town.
Well, I really wanted to check the return policy on this and throw it right through that window there, but I think you're right. Maybe check that door first.
Excellent.
Why not see if I can just get that open?
Excellent. So, if you could just do a stealth check for going past the window. That's underneath it. Difficulty 7.
10.
Excellent. And then please a lockpick check for the door. Difficulty 8.
11.
Whoa, hot dice.
This is my strong suit.
Yes. Nice. Wonderful. You do manage to unlock the door. You haven't opened it yet, of course, but you realise that as soon as you hear that click, you realise that you very easily could.
Okay, I got it.
Thank
you.
I'll have my pistol out and point, when she's ready to kick it open, assuming that Clint is probably standing there at the ready or something to this effect, I would think. Anna, when you were walking by, you didn't have to notice anything through that window, did you?
I was pretty focused on them not noticing nothing about me when I walked into the window, so no. I didn't see nothing. I'm just gonna like slowly get the door open down here low, and you can come above and do the shooting.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Right,
Because
you
I can
ready?
shoot, but I can't shoot too good. So, all right. So I'm gonna like crouch way down,
Yeah.
like, and just
I'm drawing my
slowly
bow
push the
while
door
this
open a little bit.
Wow. Okay. Like it. That's fine. Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay. So it's slightly-
Oh no!
Okay.
Is there a window that flanks the front door?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be kind of at the corner, kind of peeking into that window just as they're maybe at the door, and I'm waiting.
Fantastic. Yes. Okay. And are either of you or any of you actually looking into something, or sort of just edging forwards with the weapons?
I am not looking into it.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm trying to stay as stealthy as I can right now. So I'm like at the end, like beside the doorway,
Mm-hmm.
just getting ready.
Brilliant. So stacking up on the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to do my own check.
Did the party just kill themselves, Jack?
TPK.
So the you see a round whiz out of the window and shoots out of the glass, and it's aimed in the doctor's general direction, but it misses past him.
Yeah, I will immediately duck back around the corner.
Fantastic. Okay, but you know that they're paranoid. Whoever's in there now, however many people, they're pretty paranoid.
Hey, I'll whisper to them at the door. Give me the word. I'll throw this dynamite right through this window.
I think that's a good idea. Listen.
Right.
Do it.
We're gonna back off and once we're in a clear range, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like it. Okay.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
So of course it would be relatively easy to pop the dynamite through the window. It's the difficulty roll won't be for that. The difficulty roll will be just to see that you don't roll a double one to have any mishaps with the explosive, please.
Okay. Am I using thrown missiles or explosives?
Explosives first. Please.
Okay. Oh, shoo. I saw 1-1. But then I rolled a 5 on the other one. So that's a 6 plus a 3 for a total of 9.
Good.
That one is scary.
That was a scary first noise right
Oh,
there.
scary.
Woo!
Can I do surgery with one hand? That's what we're asking.
You toss the dynamite through the window and you hear the explosion. It takes out the windows. You hear the screams. You hear the screams of one person. So there wasn't the one person in there at the time, and bits of him fly out of various windows, amongst with various shrapnel.
Sewing that back together. Now's your time. I'll kind of yell to the front door. Now's your time.
Yeah, I think we go in.
Go in, yeah.
Is there even a door to push anymore? We did do.
It's shredded. It's shredded. You realise though that it will. Law enforcement have been reluctant to get involved, but even an explosion like that, they will have to. You can reasonably assume they will have to investigate and try and be of the essence.
I mean, they do say dynamite is awfully finicky and delicate.
Yeah, it is.
Oops.
Handled it.
Yeah.
That was you're a little bit of a klutz there, Vic. I don't.
Already getting an alibi sorted. I love it. That's brilliant.
If you three go in, I can maybe hold off any people coming in to investigate what happened, and then get them back on their way, and I'll make my way and catch up with you.
Sounds good.
So if they're going in, I'll kind of stay at the door and be like first on the scene and try to quell any any uprising.
Good tactic. Good tactic. So as you enter the gunsmiths, you can see that the wall that had been, well, Vic would recall the layout of the store. The wall that had been behind the gunsmith has been blown completely away, and you can see from the remnants that it was only quite flimsy paneling anyway. It was quite clearly a facade, and behind that facade are some crudely formed steps, and you can see that a recent blast has opened the entrance to those steps.
Yeah, I guess we just
descend, I should say.
we go down.
Yeah.
Go
In
down.
for a penny, in for a pound.
Well, I mean, from what we can tell, there's only one way in and one way out.
Yep.
Who wants to go first?
Oh, Harlow definitely goes first. He's already going down the stairs.
I'll have your back, Harlan. I'll run behind you.
All right. I'll take third position and heading down with pistol drawn.
Excellent. So it's very, very dimly lit, and you can see a long corridor that stretches out in front of you. There are some flickers of light at the end of the corridor, and you realise it'd be quite difficult to do anything down here unless you had some sort of way of illuminating the situation.
I have dark vision. No, I'm kidding.
Double spike.
On my sense,
I will give them a solid 3-minute head start before, and depending on who comes in that time, I'll deal with them. But if nobody's coming, I after 3 to 4 minutes, I will head down.
Excellent, brilliant.
All right. Yeah. Is there any other light source that we can pick up down here? I mean, if they're building stuff or setting things down, are there any lanterns or something that we could possibly pick up? And
None to hand. You do see the flickering light further down the tunnel, but nothing from a lantern. Such, no.
all right. Well, I don't know about you all, but we got to get some light before we head down this tunnel. But I mean, they're definitely down that way.
He's got to have something up.
yeah, I don't have any sort of light on me unless you want to light a cigar.
All right. Well, I'm going to run back up then. I think I may have spotted something in the store. I don't know that hopefully
So
isn't
you can blow it up.
destroyed.
I mean, they got to have some gas lights up here somewhere. He doesn't work in the dark, so
Right.
back up we go to find lamps.
Well, considering Harlow's dead cent on heading down that hallway, I doubt he's about to leave having eyes on. So I'll run up, see if I can't find something, get the doc's attention if he hasn't come over this way yet. So I'll head up and search around quickly to find anything that could be a valuable light source.
Okay, you do find some tattered cloth, some tattered cloth sacks that have been left over, and you can use an ignition source from a supply of gunpowder within a chest that was encased from the blast.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll pick up some of those and any broken pieces that looks like we make some makeshift torches out of, and kind of gather it up. I mean, inventing is not necessarily my strong suit, but I can give it a whirl or bring supplies down. I don't know how long it takes me if Doc shows up at all.
And if you do a crafting roll, please, now you've got the materials for a difficulty of 8, please.
All right, no modifier. Here we go.
Good roll, good roll, good roll.
Ooh, dropped one, lost her dice. Okay. 2 5s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo.
So from all of the torches that you managed to assemble, they will each last you 5 turns. Should combat turns should it come to combat.
Okay.
Do I see any commotion outside yet?
No.
All right. I would probably hear Vic coming up and peek my head in.
Yes.
Vic, what's happening?
There's a long tunnel down there, Trent. There's lights. I mean, we could barely see. I came up here to try to scrounge some kind of light source up for us. We probably don't get much time before Harlow just goes down there blind.
All right. I'll do one more quick pan outside and see if I see anybody coming. If not, I'm coming in.
I'll meet you downstairs. Let them know you're coming down here in a moment. And I'll head down with the torches that we've created and let them know that, and Harlow, Doc's on his way down here in a minute. He's going to do one last check to make sure it's clear. Then I think we head on down this tunnel. I got some torches here that I kind of threw together. It'll last for a little bit, but not a long time each.
Same. I don't need too long.
Brent, are you gonna be able to keep your head screwed on straight enough to get this job done? Because you get your heart too involved and you're gonna get yourself blown to hell.
I'll get the job done.
Right, like I've been told that you should just breathe a lot to like kind of calm down. Maybe you should just keep.
I've been told that too.
Breathe. Okay, just keep breathing. All right, are we ready to like walk down this cave tunnel thing? Okay.
All right. Do you want to? Do we want to light a torch before we head down? And you want to carry this thing, or?
All right. So, aren't they gonna notice if there's like a big light source like creeping up toward them?
Yeah.
So, like maybe we just light it when we need it.
I mean, we set off an explosion upstairs.
That's a good point. All right, light the fucking torch.
I'll click one off then and head on down. Now, do I see what kind of weapon Anna's holding at all? Like, is she single-handed, double-handed, or?
I got like a okay pistol.
An
okay pistol.
It don't got no name. It's not so special. Nobody got no like legends about my pistol. It's just a pistol. It shoots bullets. Sometimes it shoots somewhere I want them to go.
And then
you want to maybe carry the torch and take third place?
I got the torch. I'll do that.
And for the doctor's final check outside, very fortunate doctor.
Yeah.
You soon realise that that blast has not upset the town one bit.
All right. I'll make my way down. Hopefully moving stealthily, but hopefully trying to catch up to where they're at.
Okay. And as you proceed along the corridor, you can make out that the light that you were tracking is going towards the right-hand side. You come to the end of the tunnel, and you can see there's a right turning and a left turning.
Can we hear anyone? Can we hear people on any of the sides?
Please do an investigation check.
Oh boy.
Everybody?
7.
Can I assist with that one? For footprints are most heavily used.
11.
11, excellent. You all won't need to do that then. Harlow has identified that it's definitely the right-hand side where you can hear the voices coming from.
They sound like they're alert, like they're running towards our direction, or panic or anything like that?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Man, they're stupid.
Is this tunnel fortified? Like, have we noticed? Are they like building up this tunnel as well, or would maybe an explosion down here, possibly from where we're at, cause any kind of cave-in?
I would say that any kind of controlled explosion down there that wasn't controlled in a certain way may potentially cause a cave-in.
Trent, you said you were good with explosions, right? You can control.
I will do my best. This might not be the weapon of choice down here, but I do have.
What's a low-risk weapon?
I do have some like Molotov cocktails in my bag.
Okay, but so like they probably have some TNT down here too, and I'm I'm not terrible with this stuff either. And one thing that I know is that if you throw fire at it, it blows up. So like, let's be careful where we shoot and where we throw things.
Right. I mean, yeah, your head ain't right if you ain't got a gun. I got a gun too.
Right.
Just
Right.
in case.
If you see sticky white stuff, don't shoot at it. Is all I'm saying.
All right. Yeah.
This is why I use a longbow. Don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we better beat feet and figure this out.
Yeah. I just start going down stealth as sneakily as possible.
Okay. And you can see two men talking. There's one lantern just placed next to them, and they're quite fairly relaxed. They're not on guard. They're carrying weapons each. They're each carrying the Winchester repeater, which is something that you've come to realise the collector's favour that type of weapon. But you can see two of them stood side by side talking, and they maintained stealth and you've not been detected.
I want to go for a shot. I want to go for a headshot.
Excellent. So when going for an aimed shot, what I do is assign difficulty just based on the purpose of the shot, and then whether that comes to fruition if it succeeds. So it's usually quite higher than just a normal attack. Normal attack, if it succeeds, will just go onto the wounding chart on the character sheet. But an aim shot with a specific purpose, in this case, a headshot. I'm going to say difficulty. It would normally be 11 or 12, but as you're in stealth, I would say difficulty 10.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
You got this. You got this.
So do I? So I rolled 2 6s.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
plus my 5 is 17.
Excellent.
Damn.
Okay.
This is why they call me Bullseye.
You just won the game.
Amazing. So the arrow whistles along the remainder of the corridor and lodges into the head of the target, and he's dead before he even hits the ground. He, as it's such a good success as well, he actually knocks into the guy he's standing next to and catches him off guard and takes him to the ground with him. So the second chap who he's with is actually lying on the floor, prone, and pretty helpless with his dead friend.
Yeah,
Very nice shot.
if I can run up and as I'm running, open up my bag and pull out. I have like buried at the bottom is a big Bowie knife. I like to pull out and just get the guy before he kind of figures out what's going on, kind of right underneath the jaw if I can.
It's always one dagger, man. Definitely, yes. Absolutely, yeah. Dagger.
I guess we're not asking this one any questions.
I'm thinking more worried about them yelling and attracting more. I'm running.
No, yeah, difficulty 10, definitely, yeah.
Okay, would this be bladed weapons?
Maybe, yes, please.
Oh, that's 2 3s, so 6, 7, 8.
Oh, so close. So you get up there, but as you go to drag the blade across his throat, you just miss. You still have a hold of his head, not the hold of his hair or whatever. You just miss. He turns away at the last moment.
All right. And at that point, if he's kind of struggling, I'll try to get control. And I need a little help.
With that, I think, watching Harlow shoot and kind of catching him running up, I would have drawn out on this guy, waiting to see if that got him or not, and if not, take a shot then.
Okay.
Not at you, Doc. You got this. So with second chance, I'll take a shot at
Second chance. Excellent. Appropriate. Yep. Aim shot. Difficulty 10.
All right. 4. So that's a dirty 7 plus 5.
Nice. Very, very nice. Excellent. And yes, you take him out completely.
A little blood on my face.
Yeah, sorry, yes, the splatter just.
I mean,
Ears
he
ringing a
probably
little bit.
looks like that a lot anyway because it does so
Yeah.
much cutting people's limbs off. Sort of used to it.
Usually I got my apron on, but
Yeah.
all right. Does this hall continue down?
Yes, it does to a point, and then
Was that a loud shot? I've seen that kind of like
Probably.
echo down there.
But they didn't really respond when we blew up the door either. So
And
there is that.
and if they're blasting dynamite down here anyways, they probably can't hear much.
Yes.
So we might be okay, but I mean, be ready.
Definitely, and I believe it was just Anna remaining. The two enemies are definitely taken down, but you can strategize your next move.
Harlow's already moving. He's already continuing down the hall.
Harler, hold it. Oh, Harler. All right, I'm following.
Go.
Okay, and as you follow around to the right, you can see there is a hole that has been blasted and then dug out subsequently that leads into somewhat an antechamber that you surmise would sit just south of where the shop of is. Yes, just south. And you can see that there are some pickaxes and shovels and what you'd expect to find at some kind of excavation. But you can also see that there are bars that have been brought in and just stacked up. 3 sets of these iron bars that have been stacked up against the wall. The antechamber is quite large and has subsequent chambers within it.
Can we see anyone in there? It just seems just like a bunch of tools. And
At the moment, yes. At the moment. But there are tunnels within the chambers that lead further on.
Well, yeah. Anybody want to take a guess?
Eeny, meeny, miny. I don't know. Maybe we should listen or do some kind of. I don't know. Any
Can I
idea?
look for footprints again to see if most heavily used route at this point?
That's a great idea, yes. Yeah. For that being such a good idea, I'd say difficulty 6.
Oh yeah.
Okay. With investigation, yeah.
Yes, please, yeah.
Pretty sure I'm not seeing nothing with snake eyes.
Oh no! First one.
actually, I was the first one.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Lost so much.
Gosh. That was such a good idea as well. I really wanted that to work.
Yeah. I mean, Anna's got the light torch a little farther away from me right now. Apparently,
I was a little distracted. Sorry, I wasn't going to put it where it needed to go. Sorry.
Is that right? Is that right?
I actually got it like right in her face, like just blinded her for a second.
And I'm trying to look here.
Sorry about that. Sorry, I got a little enthusiastic.
Dang, and now as I'm looking down, like I'm sure I got that, going out in the dark and someone flashes you. So I'm like, my focus right now is a little off. So it's gonna take me a minute, guys, before I can see straight again.
Yes.
My dark vision is definitely messed up at this point.
So not only do you not discover the track, but you sort of stumble a little as well, and it would prevent anyone else from being able to identify a track as the dust is kicked around within the 3 chamber entrances.
What about hearing? Do we hear anything down any of the chambers? I can't mess that up with the torch.
No, it would be very difficult to do so. I'd say difficulty 10, please.
Of investigation? Anybody else have that bright idea that might be better at this than I? 11. I rolled 10 and I had a 1 modifier.
That's pretty good. So you can actually overhear down the middle chamber just a slight echo of "Damn it, Braxton," and it just very slowly.
Ooh. I mean, I get
Anyway.
Holiday. Okay.
That away.
Harley starts going down.
Excellent.
I feel like a little redeemed myself for the whole torch incident. They're that away.
Way to go. Way to go.
Brilliant. And so, yeah, how do you wish to proceed?
I'm definitely moving ahead. Probably not as stealthy as I was before. I'm getting very.
Okay.
I don't know if enthusiastic is the right word for it, but
Think you're looking for bloodthirsty.
yeah, that's the word. I'm
See
definitely
red.
restless.
Okay, so we'll have Harlow leading stealth, but absolutely makes sense within context. Yeah, I like that.
And I think the moment I see the moment I see anyone, so I'm assuming that voice wasn't Braxton himself, but it was someone talking to Braxton. So I'm gonna immediately shoot at that person the moment I see them.
Okay. So as the party approaches down the tunnel that you've identified as your objective, you see it comes to a small cliff, almost of rock, and a stream that's running under it. You realise that you're quite far down now, and there's a natural water supply that is being used by the collectors, perhaps for a strategic purpose, or perhaps to transport and load goods. But what is very clear to you is there are a large number of collectors down here, and the materials that they've been using makes pretty good cover. There are
Oh, shoot. Lost Jen again.
absolutely want to get in for this.
Every now and then, give her a 10 count.
Just random. Just
There we go. All right.
Okay,
times
we're back.
randomly.
Okay.
Awesome. And yes, so the clearing that they've made over the stream is quite large. You can perceive that it'll be quite difficult to navigate through all of the cover. But the fact that you know categorically that Braxton wanted you down here, yes, it may or may not drive you forward.
Yeah, it definitely drives me forward. So how many people do I count? Can I see? Is there an actual number I can see? Or is it like an overwhelming amount?
I would have said yes if you'd remained in stealth. If you please do an investigation difficulty 8.
Nope, a 4.
Okay. You can see 2 people at most.
Yeah, that's enough for him. That's all he needs
One's
to
enough.
see. He's gonna. I don't know if I need to roll again for this, but can I roll for if I can see? So they probably have guns at them. Can I see what sides the guns are on? So if it's on the right or left?
That would be a pretty specific. I'd say on your next turn, yes, and that'd be a pretty specific investigation. But you can certainly try it, yes.
Okay, so for now then, I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna aim for one of their heads again, a headshot again.
Are we like right behind him watching this?
How far away is
God damn it, Harler.
So the target you're aiming at, I should say then, is just under 30 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see that this target is not behind cover, and he's pretty much half asleep on sentry duty.
Okay.
Difficulty 11, please.
11. 7 plus 5 is 12.
Oh yes, excellent. You're getting so much XP from that bow and arrow. Yeah, and you make another clear shot straight down the bank of the stream, and it whizzes past the building materials that are stacked up, and finds its mark straight away, with no noise, with no undue attention. Honestly, to the floor.
Ooh, yeah, he's gonna just keep moving. He's honestly just every time he shoots, he just pulls another one out. Which is fine.
Brilliant. Love it.
I imagine we're all kind of starting to fill in behind him and looking over his shoulder. And can I investigate or take a look? I'm looking for clumps of people that are not next to dynamite. Doing some area effect here.
No, definitely. Yeah. Doing an investigation.
All right.
I'd actually be looking. I want to see if there's people who ain't wearing.
2 6s.
Oh yes.
Plus 2, so that's 12. 14 total. But I rolled double 6.
Okay. You can indeed then. I don't want to cut it short, but I don't want to waste a really good roll. You can see then the bulk of the enemy force. They are just under what would be a barricade. It's been set up to be a barricade, but it is just wooden fence paneling, and you can see 5 of them stood around having a good old chit chat. Yeah.
Does anybody around here have silver fox hair?
Yeah.
Or ain't wearing a duster or a white hat?
To the best of your of what you can see, no.
They all wearing the duster and the white hat?
All right, I'm throwing a cocktail at that wooden barricade, trying to set it on fire, trying to get them moving.
Brilliant. I do need to get fire damage back in front of me, but please make the roll. Difficulty, you've got to drop on them. Difficulty 8, please.
All right, and then would this be thrown missiles or is it still explosives? Okay. 6 plus 4 is 10 total.
Okay. Fantastic then. So I'm going to try and get them out of the way with a difficulty of 9 for each of them. I'll just call them out real quick.
Yeah, so I'll pull it out of my bag and kind of get the match on my side, get the cloth burning, and then just huck it over.
Excellent. So the first one has been got. Second one is 4 now. Oh, third one is 10. Fourth is 11. And the last one is 7. So 3 of them have absolutely been coveted in flames. And they are running around screaming. You've taken out 3 guys, but that has roused all of their attention.
In the commotion.
There goes our cover.
In the commotion, I actually want to try to slip around in this cavern somewhere where I can start like scoping out if there's other people around, if there's other stuff. I'm not so great with the pistol, so I'm going to see if I can do some reconnaissance while they're all busy being burned to death. Because that's a little distracting, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely, it can be. If you can do a hide in shadows roll, please. Difficulty 8.
9.
Yes, you successfully hide in the shadows and begin to make your way, negotiate through the tunnel. Keeping an eye out and looking away. Don't see a silverhead man yet.
All right. I'm also looking for, stuff that can blow up if we shoot in the wrong direction, stuff like that.
Okay, yes. Do a quick investigation roll, please. No specific difficulty, just let me know the number.
8.
8. Okay. can see that on the left-hand side, so the enemy's left-hand side, so your right-hand side, is a small barrel that you can reasonably assume would be explosive.
Don't shoot this way. Don't shoot this way.
So after Doc threw the cocktail, would I be able to have pinpointed the one that didn't catch fire and take a shot at?
Yes, yeah, it'll be slightly difficult. I'd say difficulty 11, but you can certainly try. I know you've got your modifier with your pistol as well.
Okay. Now, does that pistol have any other special abilities with it at all, or?
Yes, did I give you a +1 when using the second chance?
Okay. Yeah. I did get a note of that. So.
Okay, that's my fault then. Yeah, I thought I'd pass that to you. Definitely, yes, when using the second chance, +1.
Okay, so +1. Okay. 5, 10, it makes it 11 with all those modifiers. I think that's that question.
I'm very glad. Absolutely. And the bullet finds its mark and races towards its target. And you do take out another one of the collectors.
Nice. So
Is any of them the one that we dealt with in the bot? Do any of them look like that? The one we fought with?
Anyone running around with a limp, basically?
Yeah.
Or seem to not want to sit down.
Right.
No.
Okay.
And have all the guys that we've taken out thus far all been wearing the same trench coat and have that white hat, the collector's outfit?
Yes, I mean, they have different styles. They may have the the panel that goes across the shoulder, or they may have certain straps, but it's essentially a brown duster and a white feather.
Are we able to attack again?
Yes, I am going to give the one remaining guy some shots back.
Okay.
And that's not. He leans out from cover, fires wildly, and he misses completely.
Okay then. Yeah, I want to aim and try and shoot him in the head.
Oh wow! Okay. Okay. This guy is in cover, so we'll say difficulty 12, please.
Oof, okay. 14.
Nice.
I have a +5 in non-ballistics.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a 9.
Excellent, brilliant, and yes.
Yeah, you just see a bow arrow that was probably made by him. It doesn't look like anything could find it. He probably made it himself, and with like a black crow's feather on the end, just straight through the eye.
Awesome.
Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. And to the best of your knowledge now, your way is clear, pretty much, to the end of the screen.
Go. I mean, we keep moving, right? We're in this far.
None of these guys were Braxton.
All right. I'm assuming you're taking the lead.
Yeah.
I'm actually, because I kind of went off the kid while they were busy fighting.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Is it really clear where we can continue? Because if so, I'm going to stealth my way down.
Yes, yeah. It is now.
Yeah.
If you'd have been in prolonged combat, then I wouldn't have said so, but guys mop them up pretty quick, so yeah.
All right. I'm going to stealth my way down that way kind of while they're wrapping up their combat. Just to try to get try to have the first person come in and look at what was happening instead of just shooting somebody in the head.
Harlow
is just bloodthirsty right now.
You're being in character. It makes total sense. It's also real dumb. So I'm just trying to help you out.
It's a cool character, but yes, so absolutely. So you're already in stealth. If you please do an investigation, difficulty 8.
12. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Wow, excellent.
Either really well or really bad.
Yeah.
So yes, you do see in just a makeshift cabin that's been constructed at the centre of what you realise now are quite extensive underground works. You can see just through the doorway, sitting down, is your old friend, the chap from the saloon earlier, who so kindly spat in your glass. And
Who gave my beer some extra flavor? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. And he's sat opposite a gentleman in a long dusty coat. He's not wearing the hat. He looks quite surly. He's about late 40s. And they seem to be in deep conversation. They're definitely having words.
Can I hear what they're saying?
Difficulty 11 investigation.
Should have had that last roll this time.
Yeah.
It's a 10.
Oh.
This close.
You can hear that they're not happy.
I'll sneak back to the folks and be like, we got the big ones. Head honcho, I think, in there, hemorrhoid dude. And we got like some other fella who might just be Braxton, because I don't know. What's Braxton look like?
I'll go and see. I'm gonna actually sneak this time. I'm not gonna.
I bet I was trying to help you. Oh, all right, bye then.
I'm actually gonna sneak this time because I want this to go. I've got plans for Braxton.
Okay, like it.
So should I roll for sneak for hiding shadows?
Yeah, difficulty
8. 11.
Yes, yeah, you sneak. Somehow managed to control the the anticipated adrenaline rush. So now you definitely managed to creep up to the cabin.
I'm not gonna go in guns blazing as I did last time. I'm gonna actually wait for everyone to join me. But while I'm there, I wanna see what weapons they have. The two people they have.
Okay. So you can get a clear look into the cabin, and you can see that the guy you recognise from the saloon, he has his standard Pisa rifle that you've come to expect from the collectors, and the guy who sat down has a 357 revolver on his hip, but next to that he has a very finely engraved leather scabbard for what you deduce to be a machete next to his revolver. And
do I recognize this man?
You absolutely do.
I'm going to. First, I'm going to finish off the guy from the saloon. I'm going to go for a headshot again.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in stealth, so difficulty 10.
14.
Yes.
Excellent. Before guy from the saloon who never got a chance to get a name.
Poor guy.
Hemorrhoid. His name is Hemorrhoid. It's Royd for short.
He's wearing a red shirt.
You're right. Wearing a red shirt. I was just gonna say.
Oh god.
Yeah. Call of Duty. He catches the arrow onto the ear, and it actually ends up protruding through jaw and out through the top of the skull. As he's in sentence to Braxton, he looks at him, eye contact as he slumps to the side of the table. And Braxton just looks around, and his machete is already in his hand. It's that highly strung, highly tuned. What's happened? not as dumb as some of his men. And so we'll look to some actions for the doctor and for Vic and for Anna.
I'll make my way up next to Harlow, probably as he's drawn his second arrow and just kind of survey the situation. Is that's him?
Yeah,
that's as I'm pulling out I got a 357 Magnum.
Yeah.
I'll stow the Bowie knife and pull that out and just be ready.
I have my pistol.
I want him.
I have my pistol. Yes, I have my pistol out, and I'm like, I think this man owes you a great deal of pain, and I just kind of want to help him out, so I'm going to shoot his foot.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. Focus shot up close. Say difficulty 9, please. Not to kill, so difficulty 9.
13.
Wow, yes.
Rolled a 6 out of 5.
So he's a fairly he doesn't really respond to the pain, but he can't help but start dancing a little bit. And he's not going to be as combat effective now.
I think I'd make my way up too, and I mean surveying the situation as well, and kind of know this drive Harlow's had. I think I would try to take an aim shot to wing him if I can see what side that machete's on, and just try to like take out that hand or something. I definitely don't want to kill the guy, but make him combat ineffective for sure.
Okay, yeah. So you hold the machete in the left hand.
Okay. Take a shot at his left hand then.
Excellent. Difficulty 9.
Come on, baby. That is a dirty 9 plus 5 plus 1.
That's good. Okay. And as he's raising the machete to strike or to lash out or do something, and you literally shoot through his hand and out, and it pushes the machete forcibly. Yeah.
Harlow, he's all yours, friend.
Thank you. I'm gonna take one more shot, not to kill him. I want to hit his other hand. I mean, I'm assuming does he get a shot first?
Yes, yeah, which I was hoping to do that. At least have him lash out with a machete, but he's going to go for. He's going to try and tackle Harlow, just make headway. And give it a difficulty 10 because of the state he's in. Yeah. And that's 4. So, that kind of ends up just resting on him like a boxer who's just completely gassed.
In that case, since he's up close, I want to just pull out a knife and stab him through the other hand. I don't want to kill him just yet.
Okay.
I just want to grab his other hand and just stab it through the palm of his hand.
Okay. Difficulty 6 for proximity and everything.
Okay. 10.
Excellent. And the knife impales his hand. You're pretty much holding his hand in place with the knife.
Yeah. So I kind of twist the knife a bit and try and move him around so he can look at me.
Wow, okay,
and ask him, "Do you recognize me?"
He looks at you, drifting in and out of consciousness now due to blood loss and some shock. He says, "I do something to you, boy."
Yes, yeah, you did. You and your boys. I had a wife and a daughter. My wife, her name was Katie. My daughter Lily. It was 5 years ago. They got ill. You know, the flu was going around, was taking a lot of people. And I went to the town a week away to get some medicine. And on my way back, you and your men attacked me. I'm surprised you don't remember, because I hunted down every single one of your men and killed them.
So that was you?
Yeah, and I'm going to kill you. Because of you, I lost my family.
Whatever it's worth to you, kid. I admire what you done. I respect that. Well, I'll say to you, let it die with me, because we're all a long fucking time dead.
I'm going to pull out the knife from his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And just to the side of the head.
Hold up, Harder. Just a sec. Like, I don't want to take away. I don't want to take away from your revenge or anything like that. But could we just ask him real quick? Do you know where someone named Fortescue might be? Because I would really like to get paid.
I don't know. Would that? Okay.
Can I do like a roll for a block or something to stop him quick while she says that?
Yes, you can, absolutely. Just difficulty 7.
Okay. Any modifiers added to this? Hand to hand or something? Unarmed. Okay. Ooh, nice. 4 and a 3 plus a 2, so 7, 8, 9.
Absolutely, and thank you for remembering that it's hand to hand and not unarmed. My apologies. And yes, you intercept the strike.
I love you dearly, Harlot. You're gonna get your kill, but could we get paid?
1 second, Harlot. 1 second.
And he turns with what's the what life is left in him now. And he says, Fortescue, that bastard for grand. Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Consciousness.
Well, if you don't know nothing, Doc, you want to wake him up so Harlot can enjoy his sweet.
I would appreciate that, Doctor.
You want him to see what you're going to do to him.
Yeah.
Well, also, we could maybe get him to finish his sentence.
All right. I'll stow my gun and I'll get out my same smelling salt that woke Harlan up earlier, or Harlow up, sorry, earlier, and I'll kind of put it under his nose and try to smack his cheek, get him awake. And if he's starting to wake up, I'll kind of pick up under his arms and kind of lift him up so it's more head height with Harlow.
Yeah, so you bring him back around. Nice touch, yeah.
Yeah, Harlow, make it quick.
Well, but you were saying Legrand. What did Legrand do to Fortescue? There's money involved here.
He's still not with him.
Fuck it, just kill him.
Yeah, I'm going to. I won't go too gruesome. I'll just to the side of the head.
Yes.
I'll push it in slowly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It looks right in your eyes. Can't say anything at this point, but he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
And then he slumps forward onto you.
That's a man who's had it coming. Judging by the look on his face.
Yeah.
I think I just sit down on the floor.
I'll let the body kind of slump down to the ground and set him down.
Is there anything that we could collect off these guys that would work as proof of?
Yes, I would say the trophies, teeth, scalps, anything really.
Vic, that's all you. I'm gonna look around the room and see if any details
Sure.
that I could find. While
All right. Well, why
Maybe
you
there's
do-
like a letter or a map that says Fortescue is here.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, and I'll go through then and collect whatever evidence that I think would satisfy Legrande, and
It takes some time, but salvageable, confirmed kills. Pretty gruesome little bag of teeth. The one hand that had been been victim of a Molotov cocktail.
Sorry.
Yeah. And you gather enough to prove that you've taken down 7.
I'm gonna sit down with Harler for just a sec and try to see if I can look him in the eye. Just real quick.
He's not looking. He's looking down at the ground. Probably definitely his eyes are definitely puffy, like he's going to cry, but he's trying really hard not to.
It don't feel so great like you thought it would. Like maybe this wasn't the only thing that you should be living for.
I really don't know what to do after this.
You come along with me, all right? I'll show you. You got to find something else, and I'm gonna help you find it. That a deal?
Yeah.
second chance in life per se.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll join you.
I just pat him on the shoulder. Give him his privacy.
And yeah, once she leaves, he absolutely starts crying.
Sounds like Carlos had a time of it looking for this man there, Anna. I can't. No, I can understand to a point, but you've known him longer than I have. I can't even imagine what he went through.
He went through hell, but I mean, lots of us have gone through hell, and he let it eat him up inside. So now he's got to find something else to put on his insides, if that makes any sense.
It does. Trent, you find anything that might help us out?
Do I find anything?
You can do an investigation for sure.
Oh,
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to get it. I rolled a 1 and a 2 and +2, so that's a total of 5.
No. And I will say that you can see there is a small manhole cover that is blocking just a crawl space out that would
All right.
lead you out to the south side of the town of Roxton.
Yeah, nothing great except maybe this path might lead somewhere. But Harlow, I know it's already been said that it probably don't feel too great or how you thought it would, but this might help. And I'll take out a little flask of whiskey I got in my bag and kind of put it up against his chest. I'm not saying this is a remedy for life, but it might help you right now.
Yeah, I just take a swig of it.
You keep it. If you need another sip, you go ahead and take one.
Thank you.
That's the exit. I think I'm gonna head somewhere. Does it go up? You said.
Yes, it goes diagonally upwards. You can tell from
I say at this point, we get out of here, we get our money, and then we get out of town. Right quick.
That might not be a bad idea because I'm not sure where. Some people just don't want to be found.
Some people don't want to be found.
And maybe that's Fortescue.
Also, maybe that's us at this point.
We might need to do that.
If we go out the back door here, so where is this end? I mean, ain't no one need to know that we were down here.
I'm not heading back up. the way we came.
Right.
Yeah. So, did you say it was like kind of barricaded? If so, I'll start.
There were barricades around it, but no,
Okay,
just a
gotcha.
manhole cover. It's a
All right.
cover that can move.
Yeah, I'll lead at this point and make my way up.
I'll follow him.
I follow it. I'm right at the back.
Excellent. So as you start to see daylight as you go further and further up through the tunnel, and your eyes begin to adjust to the light once more, you can see that it's very, very early evening, and on the surface of it, Roxton looks just as it always did. You know what was taking place down in that subterranean cavern. You knew the type of people that were down there, and you've cleared them out well and truly, and you've come out of it unscathed and hopefully affected in some way for the better. And you make your way to the centre of town to plug your next move. I think I know what it'll be, but it's completely up to you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vic, we can turn in those skins, but
For sure.
either that or we go have another talk with Harper. But I'm not sure.
Well, we're about to get enough money that I don't think we need to really care all that much.
All
Doc,
right.
how much are you married to staying in this town?
I am an older man that I am past my due. So if these skins get me a little change in my pocket, I am ready to move my practice and let them fight out for Roxton.
You want to ride out with us?
I can, well, judging by some of the decisions that you have made, you might need my services. So,
I mean, that you're,
yes.
yeah,
Yes,
we
I
do.
can.
We do. That's
Yes, I
accurate.
I mean, y'all definitely have proven to be resourceful and trustworthy folk. I mean, I'm sure there's more cases that may come across my desk if you're ever looking to swing on by or help me out. I mean,
I'm happy.
If I don't recall right, that was $3,000 per head proof of the collector's gang going down. So 21K with the four of us. If we can find out where Forticruz went and cleared Legrande's name, that was 75K to each of us. So perhaps maybe we head out of town a little bit, kind of calm down, and possibly come back.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. So, as you all arrive at assume you're turning in the evidence to Legrand. Yep.
Yeah.
So as you all arrive at the Legrand Villa, you're greeted like an old friend by Don Diego Legrand on the steps of his villa himself. He has trays of drinks prepared for you, and you're just all sat out on the veranda, quietly enjoying the evening sun. And he takes in all of the evidence that he provides, said $21,000. And he asks, so to the matter of clearing my name, I'm afraid you won't be able to do it.
Why is that?
Well, there is no need for this. As has been proven through my thoughts, my words, and my actions, I am an innocent man, and I have no further need for that service. But thank you for dealing with the collector the problem for me. You have saved me a lot of lives and a lot more dollars, and I appreciate it.
Well, that's all in a day's work, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got my promissory note as well.
So is
Wait,
Fortecruz, has he come back?
He is still overseas, but I got my document, so all is well that ends well.
Well,
that was a real quick mail service from overseas. I'm super impressed that you got that.
Modern world.
Well, who am I to judge, really? We got our money.
That's all I can ask for. Again, thank you, and I'll finish whatever drink is there and back away.
One wealthy man takes out another wealthy man. I don't. That's all right with me. I'm good. I'll take my pay.
Big world.
I'll tip my hat a little bit and head out as well with the rest of them.
Yeah, I follow suit.
Until we meet again.
Or not.
Or not.
Or and with the last word.
Started with the first word, ends with the last word.
So as your party gathers up your horses and counts your cash and reflects on the things that have taken place, you wonder what perhaps did indeed happen to Lord Fortescue, true fate that befell him, and how that came to pass. But you do know that you've rid the town of Roxton of an even bigger threat than either of the families were battling for control of those territories ever did, and in doing so you prevented a lot more bloodshed. And you've walked away with, okay, maybe not a life-changing sum, but enough to have made it all worthwhile.
Beautiful. I think Harlow getting his revenge was payment
Awesome.
enough.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I didn't know how far I could go with it, so I just
You ran with it. It was awesome.
Yep. I loved it.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning you said that you sometimes struggle to portray the intensity and you fall back on humor. I think at that moment you absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, you got it, man.
Hell yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So, everyone, that's the Guns of Santa Torina. PG, I just want to say thank you for bringing this to us and DMing this game and taking us on the ride. I had a blast. It felt fun with everybody, so I think everybody else had a good time.
Yeah, it was great. Seriously, thank you.
It was awesome.
Yeah, PG, you want to give a plug for Guns of Santorina where they can find you?
Yes. So very fortunately, Guns of Santorina can be found on drivethrurpg.com, and you can locate that. Just by going straight to the site.
Yep.
Or you can talk to me about it some more. You can message me through drive-through. You can place comments or discussion there, or you can message me on Twitter as well. I'm open to any and all discussions, queries, questions, feelings, anything at all. Please just let me know. And it's at Frontier Gaming 4 on Twitter.
Awesome.
Right.
And we've posted that link to Drive Through RPG there in the chat. So if you're there, go check it out, please. Give this a whirl. Sue, I will say character creation was fun and streamlined. Game,
Yeah.
I mean, we were able to just jump right in. So totally
it was
appreciate
great.
that.
Yeah.
I'll do my Featherfall housekeeping, and then we are going to raid. But first of all, we are FeatherFall Tabletop. Again, thank you, PG and Guns of Santa Torina for giving us this opportunity. This was a community one-shot. If you want to be in something like this, join our Discord down below. We have games opening and filling all the time. We are looking for players and DMs. Just let us know which role you wanna play, and we'll get something set up just like this. Tomorrow night we have The Gods We Know. Jen will be there again, back-to-back nights. Well done. We have Dead and Thay coming on Wednesday. We have Curse of Strahd on Sunday. We got games all over the place. I'm super excited. Check out our YouTube podcast if you want to get these on edited version that kind of cuts out some of the technical difficulties, or maybe you had to go to bed, but you can come back and get those on the edits. So with that, I think I'm ready to say, Bob, take us away with our raid. We are raiding. Who did he say? I forgot. Behold Roleplay. That's where we're going. We'll go show them some Featherfall love. Again, thank you everybody for being here tonight, and we are leaving now.